Yo, how you doing, people? Nice to see ya. Welcome to the last Saturday night with me, Micks Mowers, the Mower Man. Hope you're doing well. Give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me and if you can see me. That'd be much appreciated. Welcome back, John. Pleased to have you back with us after your little leg waxing break there. Hope you're doing well. Just waiting for a couple of thumbs up just to come into a chat. Yet you can. I know I was late, Ben, but never mind. First of all, happy Christmas and happy New Year to you all. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas and you were all relaxed and chilled out and enjoyed all your having your family that you could have around with you. And let's just hope that 2022 is going to be a much better year for all of us. I really, really do hope uh, you have a fantastic year and it's profitable for you and you're all safe, healthy, and all the rest of it. Because for some of us, you know, last year was a bit of a crap one. But there you go. It's what it is. So, yes, I've been watching the chat as I've just been setting up. And some of you guys, oh, yeah, clickbait, Mick. Yeah, Mick, clickbait, bait, clickbait. No, it's not. This is my last Saturday night live that I will be doing. And I'm handing over the reins to somebody else. There's a bit of a swap around going on. And I shall endeavour to tell you the reasons why in a little while. And who will be taking over my saddle and pulling on my reins going forward for you for the next however long that person feels free to run their own channel and do their own streams on a Saturday night. So I've not just left you all in the lurch. I have found somebody that wants to take the spot and they're happy to take the spot. And hopefully you'll all have somewhere to go and somewhere to chat and all that sort of fantastic stuff. So, but we'll get into that in a little while. But as I say, it's definitely not clickbait. This will be the last time you'll see me down here on a Saturday night. That's the way it is. But I shall tell you a bit about that in a little while. So this week, I've not been doing a great deal. It's Christmas time. So it's family time. I've been doing a little bit of family time and opening presents up with Riley Boy, Mrs. P, and the kids and what have you. And last night we celebrated New Year's. Boo hiss, says John. All will come clear very shortly, John. Not been doing a great deal down in the old shop, but we'll show you a few bits and pieces that I have actually got for Christmas. And thank you to everybody that has sent me, Mrs. P, and Riley Boy something for Christmas. I did do a Christmas present opening video, as I said I would, and we got absolutely overwhelmed with some of the gifts that we were sent from some of our, I'm going to say from our friends, because you guys are our friends. And we had a fantastic a lot of presents turn up and bits and pieces. So I'm super happy with that. My most recent purchase I've got is John Clem will miss watching this live, not being able to comment as he gets timed out. Well, there's still time for that yet. My first purchase was, let me go and just get it out the corner and I'll show you. There's not a lot of room in my shop. So the very first purchase I bought this year myself was a nice SGS upright 50-litre compressor, because my old compressor went for a Burton. I dropped one of my big grass boxes on the regulator and snapped the regulator clean off, and it dispersed all the air. I'm going to fix my old air compressor, but I thought I'd buy myself a nice new SGS upright compressor, so that's cool. And I shall show you what else what Mrs. P got me for Christmas a bit later on in the old stream. So that's good. So I've been down in the workshop doing bits and pieces. I've been starting on this Balmoral collection I've got here, because I've got about 30 odd mowers here to sort out, and Pete's going to have to come down at some point and give me a hand to do that. It is nice compressor. It does me, John, for what I need, and for the CFM rating, it'll do me for now. I've upgraded by another 25 litres, so I've got 50 litres now, so that should do me. When next time you're out, John, change a bulb, it's flickering. Yeah, exactly that. So that was very cheap, actually. I got that online. SGS. It came up first, and that was £155, including free postage. And it came within 24 hours. It got to me within about 20 hours. Yeah, about 20 hours to my door. done and dusted, and it was the cheapest on the market at the time, which is absolutely fantastic. Lots of other makes were over the 200, 250, some even more than that. It's not a silent generator. It's nothing fancy. It's just a compressor that I need to do a certain job. So that's what it is. So it'll do more than what I need to do, and all the couplings and all the fittings are all fixed and all do as they should do. So that's cool. Super happy with that. And I'll show you what Mrs. P got me for Christmas, which is a present that I wanted. So get me go and grab one of those. So eventually, when I get a bit more space in my shop, I'll be able to do some more videos. But at the moment, there's absolutely no room in at the inn. And Mrs. P, she specifically asked me what I wanted for Christmas. So I told her, and she said, "You can't have that." I said, "Okay, I'll have something else then." So she said, "You haven't got to ask for that. You can have it for free." So Mrs. P, she bought me one of these. Well, in fact, she actually bought me two. No, it's not clickbait, baby. There you go. She bought me a professional set of lighting. There's two of them I've only got one set up. I want to do a video on the other one. Comes on its own little tripod, very nice indeed, and it's got a white light LED and yellow LED light in there as well. And I've already tried it out in my compressor video, and yeah, it's seriously a serious bit of kit. You can't even stare at it when it's on full belt, but it does light up the shed like daylight when the light is off. So hopefully that'll come in very, very handy. And it's got all the shades on there and what have you. So it's a serious bit of kit. I think they're around about £200 a set. But without a doubt, yeah, very happy with that. Apart from that, standard stuff really. Balmorals, and more Balmorals. That's what I've been up to. I've got about 3 or 4 of these working at the moment. Just literally trying to get through them. But at the moment, waiting to get spares and bits and pieces at the moment is absolutely horrendous at the moment. So I've ordered filters for them and bits and pieces. But it's all taking time to get here. They are a great light. I use mine all the time. Yeah, I think they're different to yours, Martin. I think, aren't they, buddy? You got the one with is it the energy saving bulb inside yours, Martin? I know you did a video on one once before, but these are an LED panel on there. You might have the same, buddy. These are a newer style. They're called from a company called Newer. They're a fantastic bit of kit, and it should. Hi, Mrs. P. It should enhance hopefully the video quality, which is something I'm always looking to do, especially given the surroundings that are working. I only work in a shop, so I don't have the studio 4K stuff going on, which I'm trying to get towards, or the best that I can. But I believe that especially Martin put me onto the Rode Wireless Go setup, which I think at the moment, really, honestly, on the market, it's second to none. It's a fantastic bit of kit, and so many people have come back and commented on my videos to say, I love your stuff, because you can go in the shed, you can go at the top of the garden, and we can still hear you over the mowers and crystal clear. So, yeah, I'm super happy with the advice I've been given from people like Martin with the Rode Wireless Go system. And I have been, obviously, of course, watching Mr. Butler doing his videos, and he's got all this brilliant light setup stuff going on. I just feel that what I've got at the moment is just a little tiny light on top of my GoPro. That's good for real close-up stuff, but when you're trying to actually enhance the studio light or the shed lighting, then you need something just in the background. So that's cool. They are the same LED panel. The old ones, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So that's what I've gone for. That's what I've chosen. I tried it out in the kitchen. Fantastic. As I say, I reckon you can cook a chicken off of that. They're that bright. You know what I mean? They don't get hot at all. Happy New Year, Mick from Hayes. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. So I've got 2 of those. Super happy with that, and hopefully that will enhance the videos. Now moving on to what some of you guys and girls think is clickbait. It ain't. It really ain't. This is going to be my last Saturday night live. Okay, scheduled. Simple as that. And the reasons behind it are several reasons actually, and none of it is personal. Okay, it's got nothing to do with my personal life. It's got nothing to do with anything anyone's been done, said, or acted on here. Nothing to do with that at all. It's a simple thing of I've been live streaming now for 2.5 years. As you know, I first started doing my Sunday streams with Roy on a Sunday about midday to 2 o'clock. We used to take turns doing that sort of thing, and that was good. And then obviously I then took my break from Roy. He carried on doing his until he stopped doing bits and pieces. And then I went over to the Saturday night, which was better for me because I work nights anyway. And it gave him my own free spot. That's what it did. So I'm much happier with that. But as I say, over the last 2.5 years, I have committed. I don't think I've actually missed a night, apart from if I said there's not a stream tonight because something. I don't think there's actually a night where I said I'm not going to do one. And I've sat down here in all temperatures, absolutely baking hot and also freezing cold, and try to perform, give you a platform that you can either one, grow your own channels, or two, just come and enjoy. Today marks my third year small engine live. Exactly that. Well, I've been doing the same as you, Brandon. And it is a massive commitment to to leave the house, come down here, sit here for 2.5 hours, and sit and chat to people, which is fantastic. It's what I like to do. But also at the same time, I'm not giving away content that's coming up. But sometimes when I'm releasing a video, that video might have been out 3 months ago, and I need to try and make sure that I can go to and fro to make sure my videos are up to date. Project Man will be live every Saturday night from 6:30 p.m. There you go. It's fantastic. You've got another channel to go to. So that's the main reason. The other reason is that because I do work nights, there is an occasion where I have to work a Saturday night, and when I finish streaming at 9:30 my time, I'm only getting half an hour before I have to go up and out, and I'm out for the rest of the night. And not getting no sleep at all, and then having to get up again at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning because Mrs. P's got work and all the rest. So there is that element to it as well. But the main reason is I believe, for me, my live streaming is not going any further. It's not doing my channel any good, in the sense that okay, on a weekend you've got Ken goes live, you've got Conker goes live, you've got Luke goes live as well, isn't you? Within our catchment, you've also got AJP. He does a live stream. So does Scotty Daniels. All them sort of fantastic channels. You've got all them guys and girls. Work Henry. Yeah, but do all the live streams right on their set days, on their set times, or they do it whenever they want to do it and what have you, which is fine. My channel seems to be quite a popular channel in regards to how many people I have in the house. I've got over 100 people in the house now. Over 120 people watching right now, which is where it's been. Roughly between 80 to 100, 110 for about the past 6 months. And it's not increasing compared to my subscriber count anymore. So when someone like Steve goes live or Martin goes live, they get 300 to 600 in the house, which you would expect with those sort of channel numbers. But for the amount of times that I go live every single Saturday night, you would think that my numbers would increase a little tiny bit, and they're just not doing that. And when I look on the other streams, they're getting good numbers too. Their numbers are starting to climb as well, which is good. But it's the same faces on the same panels, and you're talking about the same things that we all discussed last night on someone else's stream, or we'll talk about tomorrow night on Conquer stream. So it's all the same sort of thing. So for that reason, I decided myself to maybe take a break. I did take a little bit of counsel from somebody to see what they thought. And they said, yeah, I think it's the right decision. There's not much money in it, also as well, because don't forget we do this YouTube as a hobby, but also we do try and earn a few quid out of it as well. And for what it is to actually do a live stream, there's a little bit of work involved, making sure that you can keep the conversation running all the time. And if you get a panel where you got a few people up on a panel that aren't talking, it's like being at a dentist. It's a bit like pulling teeth sometimes, So it can be quite difficult. And to make sure that you're providing an entertainment platform for your platform, it's sometimes it's hard. I agree with the panels being samey. There you go. Yeah, exactly that, Dick. They can be, Hi, Small Engine. How you doing, buddy boy? Happy New Year to you, buddy. So it's absolutely nothing personal, okay? But what I want to do, I want my channel to go just a very, very different sort of area. Okay, and I'm happy to tell you what I would like to do. And at the moment, I have two options. One is to keep what I'm doing now, my bread and butter stuff, my videos and what have you. That won't change. Okay, I'll keep doing that because that's what. Who keeps removing my comments? Says Gary Ross. No idea, mate. I wasn't really watching. It might be Google. Sometimes Google will remove comments if it's got certain words in it. It could be that. I am a woodworker. I've stumbled across Mick by accident. No worries. I'm going to miss Mick's streams. Totally understand the reasons to stop. Yeah. So when I say this is my last stream, this is my last Saturday night stream. However, I will still be on people's panels. If I get invited on people's panels, I'll go and do that. Or if if Ken goes live, I go and if I'm free and not up to much, I'll go and jump on his panel. If Mrs. P goes to bed early, I'll go and jump on someone else's panel. I'm still going to be about, okay. But just for myself, for a platform, I need to try and concentrate on what it is I want my channel to do, and how it fits in with my personal life. So what I'm deciding to do, since going to Saltex, I have an abundance here of business cards. That's actually John Clem's leg waxing service, John Clem's eyebrow service, John Clem's arseless chaps. Oh, I'll look into that. But I've got loads and loads of sitting in a train and joining in with Ken's stream. Okay, cool. I've got loads of cards here which people have given to me, which I've networked with. And they're quite big channels, and I've already been sort of approached by certain channels that they would be interested in me reviewing some of their equipment. Now, it may all be for nothing, okay? It may all be for nothing, but unless you change the way in which you put your channel out there, and don't forget things are changing as well. What I'm hoping to do is one or two options. I'm either going to look at building a studio just behind me here. Just behind me, I've got a room there for about a 12 by 12, something like that. And looking at building just a one-room studio, we'll have my lighting set up, and I'll have a bench with a lazy Susan, what have you, all that sort of stuff, and I can do proper reviews. Okay, and it doesn't matter whether it's a hammer set or whether it's a mower or a hedge trimmer or whatever. Okay, or I continue doing what I'm doing now, and then save my money up and get rid of this shack. You move this as a mower store, and then get myself a decent workshop, which is a lot taller, which suits my needs. And I can then have a studio at one end, all professionally lit and professionally decorated, and so it looks good and looks professional, and then keep my bread and butter stuff here, which is what I'm always going to do anyway. So that's the reason for the change in the main thing, because things are changing. So I have to try and move with the times. So I have spoke to several people about this situation. And one or two people that I respect fully have said, yeah, I think you're right, and some of the channels are a bit samey. That's what we do. We all clean carburetors, right? If you do keep doing what you are doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. Exactly that, Martin. Exactly that. And Martin once told me, find something, copy it, make it better. And that's hopefully what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to put my channel a little bit further separate from other people. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone, because I'm not, but I need to progress my channel in how I think it's going. Well, I feel blessed that you let me be a part. Well, do you know what? It's what it is. If you guys and girls didn't come in here to support my channel, to grow your own channels, to network with other people, then we wouldn't have a platform, right? Simple as that. So it's not about that for me. I need to try and make sure that my channel is diverse. So if someone like Alec has approached me to say, would you be interested in doing some maintenance videos for me, but don't really want to see me on a Saturday night smoking a cigarette, having a beer, this, that, and the other, and when they're trying to promote their mower in a professional sense. And there are other companies that have also already approached me, and we're looking to do something hopefully in the new year. So yeah, I need to just look in different areas, and that's something I chose to do myself. So for that reason, I think the Saturday night is a fantastic thing. It's something I love to do, but it's just gonna take my channel, as Martin says. If you put out the same, you're gonna get the same. It's as simple as that. So I'm gonna move just slightly, okay. But the same old Micks Mowers in the shack. This will not change. It'll still be me in the shack, mucking about with mowers and chasing Rider Boy up and down the garden. That's never going to change. But I need to make sure that my content is better somewhere else to develop my channel. Because, you know, at the end of the day, when I retire, when I get old, you know, a bit like John, when I get old, I want to make sure that this little hobby I've got is something I can still continue to do. And hopefully, you know, I can move forward in that sense. Have to always move. You have to always, yeah, exactly right. You have to move forward. Yeah, exactly that. I was talking about this last night 5 years ago. There you go. It happens, you know. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So before I put, let me put the link out. See who we get up. No doubt some of you will have something to say about me not doing them more Saturday nights. I know that some of you thought, Micks is taking the piss. I ain't. So there goes the link out in the chat now. Let me do the comments first. See whilst they're just getting in the old house. See what we have got in here. Expand the pop out chat slightly. First thing else was Dick. He was a bit gutted. Yeah, no worries, Dick. Aaron Tanner was a bit gutted too. No, it's not clickbait. Is what it is. Let me just put my chat out. I've been chatting for about 22 minutes. My chat's gonna go. My chat's gonna go a little bit bonkers. If it even does anything, I don't know if it'll even move now. I can't even seem to get it to move. What's occurring? Yeah, I can't get my chat to move. That's weird. Oh, there it goes. I was going now. Just caught up. So let me go up to the top. Just whilst my basement is filling up. Breezy in the house. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. So is Jason Hughes. Mrs. P. Hi, darling. Tim Palmer's in the house. Gary Ross in the house. Bill Clements in the house. Hello, Bill. Kenny Boy's in the house. Hello, Kenny. Rob Small Engine in the house. Mendit Man in the house. My mate John Clems in the house also. Thanks for popping on in. Hope you're doing well. DNR Small Engine Repair in the house too. Thanks for coming in. My mate Mark's in the house. Hello, Mark. Thanks for your email, buddy boy. Did get that early on today. Mark, hello, Mark. Lavender, thanks for the gifts, mate. I did get them gifts. I will do a video on it at some point this week if I can get in the shop. Retro Restore in the house too. Hello, Martin and family. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, mate, and your lovely wife. Hayes Machinery in the house too. Hello, Hayes. My panel's full. Gary Ross in the house. Al McLean's in the house. Hello, Al. Thanks for popping on in. Hope you're doing well. My mate Bruce is shopping in the house. Hello, Brucey boy. I'm glad I caught you before you go away, buddy boy. My mate Ben's workshop in the house. Hello, Ben. Steve Small Engines in the house too. Thanks for popping in. Anders in the house too. Nice to see you, buddy boy. Jigsy Workshop in the house. Hello, nice to see you. Mick is joining the BBC. I wish. I don't think they'd have me out there. 120 people in the house. Give us a thumbs up on the way in, on the way out, please. People would be much appreciated. There we got it. Brandon, BS Small Engine in the house too. John Rhodes in the house. Not to see you. Thanks for popping in. AJP in the house too. Thanks for coming in. Project Man in the house also. Thanks for coming in. Breezy's Bike Shop. Gary Ross. Yeah, got 125 in the house. Good numbers. Mendit Man, done you already. Pete Froud in the house. Hello, Pete. Hello, Phil. Not to see you, mate. Thanks for popping in. Jordan's in the house too. Hello, Jordan. Thanks for coming. Small Engine DIY. I think he's out in Texas. I think. Thanks for popping in, buddy boy. Hope you're doing well. My mate Jason Gardner in the house. I'm seeing lots of names here that have literally followed me on my lives from day one. Chicanic in the house. Hello, Brian Ron. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping on in. John also in the house. Just been watching Chicanic. Rob Small Engines in the house too. Are we getting there? We're getting there. Hobby Motor in the house. Klaus, I've been watching your videos, Klaus, of your restore this past week, trying to keep up with it. I haven't had a lot of time. I'm about third video in at the moment. If you keep doing what you're doing, then yeah, exactly that, Martin, exactly. We're getting there. I think I've done those already. John Clem, Jordan Hayes Machinery. Oh, what was that? Oh, hello. What was that from Hayes Machinery? It was a comment. We all thank you, Mick, for being the godfather of the small engine community. You have brought us all together, and that's something I want to talk about in a minute. You know, I want to talk about that too. Rick Small Engines in the house too. Hello, Rick. Roger McDonald. He reads the news. He's in the house too. Hobby Motor. Dirt Ride in the house. He's been Dirt Ride's been there from day one. Thanks for coming in, Mike. Hope you're doing well, buddy boy. Alexander Smith in the house too. Who's that? That's a new one. Shane. Who's that new one there? I just saw one. It jumped just as I got to it. It jumped. Something Mower Services. Adel Mower Services. Thanks for popping in, buddy boy. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to all. Henry Morski in the house. Fun things to Tech Sparky. Right, I think we're there. The chat is jumping a little tiny bit. Let me take it off of subscribers only, and we're going to anyone. But if it does start mucking about, then we'll have to put it back on again. So we'll see how we get on. So if we get any trolls coming, I'll just flick it back over again just to get rid of them. So that's that. So the first person I want to bring up, actually, my panel is nearly full. I've got quite a few in here. My panel's nearly full, but one person I want to bring up first is a very dear friend of mine, and he has been here from day one. In fact, I remember my very, very first live stream, and this gentleman came up, as well as Mr. Martin Butler with his black vest on, and that's my very good friend, Mendit Man, or as I know him, Luke.
Hiya.
How you doing, buddy?
All right, yeah. I should have carried on coming up and from that first stream actually, but I had a bit of a gap in between. But
well, I did sort of tell you, but you weren't listening. And you might have been at 75 million thousand by now.
It might have been, yeah, 75 million. That would have been good.
That would have been lovely.
But yeah, it's been good for the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. Saw this coming. Happy New Year to you, Mick. Wonderful family. What was that? I've seen this coming, Mick, as you slipped a hint out a couple of months. I did. Yeah, I did. If you were listening, I did. Yeah, half these people just don't listen to me. That's what it is. So thanks for coming, Luke. Next person I want to bring up is my good friend, and pretty much the reason why I started doing what I'm doing is my mate Bruce. There he is.
Bruce.
Hi, Brucey. How you doing, mate? Oh my God, you've been out in the piss.
I stayed up past midnight last night.
Oh, you bad bugger.
That's the first time in a long time.
I didn't get to bed till 4 a.m. 4 a.m. I got to bed.
I see some of you guys. You were on each other's streets. I was in bed by 10 because Riley Boy wakes up at 2. So
yeah.
There's just no point in me staying up because it just means we get less sleep. It's as simple as that.
Well, we're gonna miss you. What am I gonna do in Mexico on Saturday mornings, man?
Have no fear. Have no fear. I have it sorted. I have not just. It's not like your best ever soap you've been watching for 10 years all of a sudden just stopped broadcasting. I have something already prepared for you guys. There's been a bit of a shuffle. So there has been 3 or 4 people that do know about what's been going on. Luke is one of them. So I did actually offer this seat, yeah.
I've kept Stum. Yeah,
you kept Stum, and there are 1 or 2 others that do know because I did offer it out. Let me bring some more people up first before we start yakking. My very good friend from he says Canada, but I think he's from Connecticut. My mate Kenny. There he is.
I know it's going to change my Saturday. I literally reorganize every Saturday so I can stop what I'm doing and have lunch on your stream.
Don't make me feel bad. You know,
I don't have to work on junk on Saturday morning.
It's not been an easy choice to make. But like what Martin says, if you just keep what you're doing, you know, nothing ever changes, right? You have to. It's the same as in a workshop, okay? When I first started in my workshop, we all know I started work. I was outside in the freezing cold, doing nothing, just trying to clean carburetors, right? And now look at me. I've got a 10x20 workshop. I've got air compressors. I've got pneumatic tools. I've got a nice new tool bench, which is tidier than Bruce's. I've got all this stuff going on, which improves it. So I've had to bring stuff in, spend money to pull the channel forward. Otherwise, if you go back to my very, very first video, I wouldn't even watch it. There's a pile of crap. So you have to move it forward.
You have to tweak it. You do have to tweak
down a little bit too. When I first went on, Nick, I was a big chatterbox, and you were telling me, "Shut the hell up," and finally I did.
Well, it's what mates do. I've said to Luke, I like your videos, Luke. Sort your lighting out. It's crap. It's as simple as that. I said to Bruce, love your videos, but your workshop floor is, we've seen it. We always try and give positive criticism to try and help each other on. That's what it's all about. I've taken lots of advice. Let me bring some people up first before we start yakking on. Let me bring up Klausy boy. Up he comes, my old Danish Viking.
He doesn't look very happy.
Mick, just one word for all this hubbub here. It's respect.
Well,
it takes courage to do what you're doing.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Without you guys, it would just be me up here yakking, right? So it goes both ways. You guys and girls have made my stream what it is. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. But I think you're taking the step, doing it when you're doing it. I think respect.
Now, I think now is the right time to try and grab it early, because otherwise what's going to happen is in 2 years' time there's going to be 15 other channels all trying to do the same as what I'm doing. So I need to try and be let me bring up my good friend Hank. He's an absolute star, and I do know If Hank,
Cheers.
Hank,
I don't think you can stay up for long. I think he's going to have to go.
I know that your generation don't have tear ducts, so you're not kidding me.
No, that's all we have.
Oh man! Who's gonna get me out of my chair, huh?
Well, I can just get Ken to come down and fit some kind of airbag system. So he just got to push a button and it just launches straight out the bag. That'd be right. Let me bring some people up here. Let me bring up what's going on here. We got Chickanic in the house, and we've also got Dukanic in the house in a completely different room.
And
two of them.
What's up?
We've also got Tim coming on up. I've also got Rob. That's it. Let's fill the room up. There you go. We're full. There you go.
Hey, Rob.
So you're
we
got his glasses on.
Are we all comfy and cozy?
Yep.
Good. Well, first of all, happy
Klaus,
New
how
Year.
could you?
What's that? What's Klaus?
I'm comfy. I'm comfy.
Yeah, well,
Lordy, I got such a splitting headache today, man.
Yeah.
It happens, Bruce. It happens. So it sounds like Bruce had an absolute banging night. Did we all all see the new year in the correct festive way, or were some of us a little bit lagged and just thought it's another night? I got to get up early tomorrow.
That's the last thing I remember.
Goodbye, 21.
I've just got a vision of Ron like a mud skipper in the kitchen floor, just doing on his back like a turtle.
I didn't drink anything last night at all. We went out the night before. We consider the holidays amateur night, because that's when the cops are out looking for everybody. So we go out before the holiday. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to be years ago, back in my younger days. I used to be a doorman years ago, and I think you're right. Is that I used to be a doorman for about 4 or 5, more than that, 6 or 7 years. And I worked in clubs, pubs, private.
When I met Ron, he the first time I met Ron, he kicked me out because I was too young to be in the bar.
There you go, exactly that. So someone like Ron,
That was 4 years ago, right, Bree?
Yeah.
someone like Ron fully understands what I'm talking about. Is that New Year's Eve, all the clowns come out to play.
Yeah.
I can remember some young lad. He couldn't have been 17 if he wasn't. Right at the end of the night, the old Big Ben thing had come in, and everyone was doing the old Land's Eye, and it was all great. And this young fella headbutted this other kiddie right on the hooter, broke his nose wide open over something trivial. And I just thought, do you know what? There's absolutely no need. Everyone's had a fantastic night, and you've got to go and do that. You know what I mean? So, so he was picked up by the throat and thrown out. So it's just the way it goes. But you're right. The days of me. Going down the pub and running around the bar like a loony, they're long gone, man. Long gone.
Over. Well, I was on the road for 34 years, so I had plenty of it.
It's a Christmas mug.
Yeah, I hear you.
I've mentioned I was a valet too, so our best night of the year was on New Year's Eve. And back then, I don't think it mattered whether you drank and drove or not. 1973, 74.
Yeah.
All the police would say was just make sure you just go straight home.
The thing is, as an ex-doorman, and Ron will back me up, is New Year's Eve is actually the worst night. It's when you get the least amount of money for the amount of work you got to do. It's as simple as that,
Yeah.
The big holidays are the worst. I mean, and the fact that you have to work them while everyone else is around just absolutely getting loaded.
We did for years. Worked in the bar business.
Did it. Yeah, Bree and I did it for a lot of years, but I'm very happy that a lot of people ask us now why we don't own a bar. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Just a friendly little bar.
Yeah, whatever.
The problem is though, is that I used to mainly work in a pub called the Red Lion in Arundel, which has a capacity of about 75 people. It's not a very big bar. But on a Friday and Saturday night, when I used to work the door, you might get 40 in there, and they're all sort of power drinkers. But they just don't want to muck about. And if they got a score to settle, they'd go outside anyway. But New Year's Eve is full to capacity because the landlord wants to go skiing next year, and that's what pays for his skiing holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So you get everyone in there, and it's all shoulder to shoulder, sort of no breathing room, and. If there's only 3 of us working the door, you get a fight in the far corner, you're on your own, brother. You're on your own.
Hey, Mick.
What I mean? Yeah.
What was the drinking age then? there because it's been 21
18.
as long as 18.
18. Yeah, 18.
Yeah, that's
mate,
dangerous, man.
18,
I mean, that's a dangerous.
It's
kind
been
of drinking age.
It's been 18 here in Alberta since I was 16. Yes, they had alcohol back then.
Well, I can remember on my 18th birthday going out on a pub crawl, which is not uncommon, in my local town, and I went into the Swan Hotel and Bar. I walked in there, 18 years old, and I got barred for 2 weeks. He said, "You've been in here for 4 years. What's going on?" You know what I mean? So yeah, it's what it is. But yeah, I've had some good times. But me and Mrs. P, because we've got Riley Boy, and the way that Riley Boy is the way he is, but there's just no point in taking him out to a big disco, loud music, and all that sort of stuff when you know it's just going to cause havoc. We got there, Ron. You gonna play us a few chords?
No, actually, I'm working on this one right now. So I'm that's why I'm here, and she's directly below me right now. But
I had no idea he was coming.
No, I thought I
had a
found out. You know, this is your last live stream, man. I mean, that's I fully understand. I do. The last 7 months. This is a lot more involved industry than I would have ever thought. I mean, it's if you have a real life other than this. I mean, you're talking about an enormous workload on top of, you know, doing your day-to-day routine and a family and everything. So I don't blame you a bit.
And there's other elements to it as well, of which I want to do. So I had an email from Bree not so long ago to say, "Hey, I'd like you on my panel to do a one-to-one sort of a live stream." And I can't really do that if I'm living myself and then going to work. And then on Sunday night or Saturday night, Bree goes live. I'm either at work or you got Conker goes live on a Sunday night, and then you got something. Before you know it, you know I'm living it all the time, and this is something I really don't want to get into because it does affect your life. So what I'm hoping to do is do my own thing with my channel, and then people like Bree say, "Do you know what? Next week I'm doing a live. Do you want to come on up?" You know, and I go to bed early, get up in the middle of the night, come down the shed, do a live stream, or if Moa Medic or Terrell or Steve or whoever wants to do a live with me, I can go onto their panels and be a guest. Rather than every single Saturday night just sitting down here and 2.5 hours of just yakking, which is great.
There's the prep too, the prep and the sign-offs, and your wife is sitting there on a Saturday night watching renovation shows, and you're in the shed doing a live stream.
Well, hopefully she's watching the Micks Mowers show and giving me some paid viewing. That's what I hope she's doing. That's what I hope she's doing. But it does take a bit of work, and it's like Martin Butler. You know, he used to start doing lives, and he said it's taking him 3 hours prep work, 3 hours or so prep work, just to do a live stream. Because Martin's live streams are a lot more structured than me. I just hit the live button, and we just never know what's going to happen. You know. So there is that element, but I've been doing it for 2.5 years. You know, some of you guys and girls have only just met me. You know. And to hear I'm now packing it up.
That would be us down here on the bottom.
You know, I think it's actually Tim. Tim, say something, Tim. Yeah,
got a chipmunk back.
Tim, come back
Alvin.
again.
Mick, I think Rob wanted the link again.
Yeah, there you go. There's a link. So, you know, as I say, I have been doing this for 2.5 years, solid. Sunday lunchtime, and then I went over to a Saturday night for 2.5 years. I've been on YouTube now 3 years. So I have now been doing this for a long old time. You know, this is nothing new to me. And my channel is still relatively doing well, but it's just not doing what it should be doing in regards to the live streaming. It's not benefiting me. So, if I give you an example, if I do a live stream like today, I've got 117 in the house, which is good numbers for me. I'm happy with that, more than happy. But that will only hit about 1,000 views on the live stream, and then it tapers off, and then does nothing after that. You know, if you look at, go on, Bruce.
$6.
yeah, exactly that. If you look at my Christmas stream I had, I think that's done about 7,500 views on that one, and now it's just tapered off and stopped. I can release a video instead on a Saturday night. It get to 1,000 views in 24 hours, which I'm happy with. but it will still continue to climb to clamber views because it stays there, you know. So a live stream is sort of dead money unless you can make money out of it. So if you get someone like Steve-O goes live, you know, he gets 400, 600 in the house. You get Bree goes live, he gets 2,000 in the house. You know, you earn a couple of super chats out of it. You know, it's worth doing, and it keeps going. But it's not making money for the channel. And you know, running a YouTube channel, I don't care what anyone says. It costs money to do it. It's as simple as that. It's not free. You know, you've got to keep upgrading your kit, and you've got to buy the lighting and all this sort of stuff, and keep thinking about brand new content. You know, and before you know it. You're actually in the hole. Look at Ken the other week. Ken, you were mentioning about your giveaways. You know how much it costs to post money or to post
almost twice as much for the postage as it was for the prices. Yeah,
exactly that. And if your channel is not self-sustaining,
it comes out of the operating budget.
Yeah, I'm still in the red. I'm still in the red.
Exactly that. You know. Yeah. So I've been quite lucky. My channel's doing quite well. It pays for the internet. It pays for the StreamYard that I use every month. I don't even miss the money. It comes out the YouTube pot. You know, the t-shirts I do, the giveaway, and the stickers and that sort of stuff. It all comes out of the YouTube money. If I wasn't earning that amount of money, I wouldn't be doing the giveaways. It's as simple as that. You know.
Hey,
so
I got an idea.
What idea you got, Bruce?
Well, I just got this in the mail, and I don't know who it's from. I wonder if it's somebody from the panel.
If is it in a brown paper envelope, a very small brown paper envelope?
It's well, in Britain you don't put return addresses on your envelopes, so it's got to be from the UK, Royal Mail.
Okay.
That might be Dick.
AJP.
Ashley.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. The mash.
Thanks, Ash. You got the longest. I love that picture on your channel with that chainsaw with the 4-foot bar, man.
Yeah.
That's him, right?
I thought it was going to be a love letter from John Clem like Mick got.
I got an absolutely lovely letter from John Clem, but the smallest sticker you've ever seen in your life. I don't know, for a man that's 6'8" and weighs about 347 pounds, the man's got a sticker that big.
Nick, I got a love letter too, but it wasn't as long as yours.
my love letter's very long, I tell you. So yeah, Steve-O, you didn't have to do that, Steve-O. That's not what it's about, baby. But I do fully appreciate that, Steve. Really, I do.
Well, I figured it's the last time I'm going to get to do it. I might as well do it.
It's not going to be the last time you're going to see me. You know, as I say, this is my last scheduled, so I might just drop a bomb in 6 months and just go live, bam. You know, just say
well,
hi,
you know, good old polar bear. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I'm so sorry. Good old polar bear Ed. He backed off for 4 or 5 months, and now he's back in the fray again, eh? So
yeah, Snobby and Dusty, same thing, right?
Yeah,
they pulled out. Well, you know, there's so many stations are doing these chats. For me to watch everybody, I'd have to sit here all day.
Well,
that's what you do.
This is exactly it. And there's a certain somebody on the panel now. He should change his name from, instead of Mr. Mow It All, to Mr. Livestream It All.
I was on a holiday. I was home. I was home.
24/7 Ken.
No, it was the breakfast streams when I did my breakfast.
They should call him 27 Ken at the moment. He's live all the time, you know. In fact, in my suggested box this week, it's just got Ken on there. That's it. You know. But you know, if you've got the time to do it, Ken, you know, and you know your family are in bed asleep and all the rest of it, and you're sitting there chewing your breakfast, that's absolutely fine. Let me send my laptop. It's not on charge. It's absolutely fine. But you're right. You know, Henry, you're right. Is that, you know, you've got AJP, Scotty Daniels, Kenny Boy, me, Luke.
Mechanics,
you know,
Steve.
You know, and then Steve throws a live up. Bree goes live as well. If that's all in the same week, before you know it, you know, and there is and Rob, but there is also this not stigma, but you know, there's this thing is if you don't go on someone's live stream, then they're not going to go on yours, right? So you're going to get a little bit of that as well. So you sort of feel like sometimes, I need to go to this stream because he sat on my panel all this week. I need to go and say hello. You know what I mean? And even if you're busy, a bit like, who was live today? Was it Ken? No, it was live. Oh, it was Rob. Rob went live today. Yeah. And he was live in his car at first. I was in the front room, and then he went live later on. I was cooking chicken. I was actually in the kitchen cooking. You know, so I couldn't go up on the panel to begin with. I was busy cooking. So in the end, when I finished cooking, I was washing up. I then went up and said, "Look, I wasn't doing nothing else." But there is always this thing where sometimes you do feel obliged to go up. Apart from when Steve went live a while ago, and for the first time ever, Steve said, "Oh, there's Mick. Oh, Mick, you want to come on up?" I was out of bed, downstairs, trousers on, lamp on, laptop fired up. Mrs. P was like, "Where are you going? It's 1:30 in the morning, man." I said, well, it don't happen very often. And Steve's invited me up, so I'm going up. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
This is interesting because I did my first co-host with Ken a week ago, which might and the seed might be planted, and now you're backing off. So yeah, it works out, right?
But that's different, Bruce. Bruce, when you guys are one-on-one and talking about repairs and stuff, that's totally different than everybody coming and joining on the panel.
Yeah. Ken does some fantastic technical streams, right? We get James Colton up there and yourself, Bruce, and that other gentleman who you had on your, he was very knowledgeable.
Gary, the bass man.
Gary, oh my God, yeah. But what that man don't know, ain't worth knowing.
Those are fantastic live streams.
Yeah. Those are like to just answer the technical questions. We do this for banter, but there are so many times where people email me say, "How come I can't get a question answered?" So when I do those, that's it. You can chat in the chat, but we answer questions. So
exactly. Right. This is more like a virtual pub. This is where people turn up.
Chit chat and banter. Chit chat and banter. That's what it is.
Have a laugh and joke. If you take Steve for instance, right? Steve's coming over tonight. If Steve put on his community tab, I'm live right now at Micks Mowers shop. If we get inundated, and before we know it, Steve's got to sit there and feel hell bent. He's got to answer questions. When Steve goes live and does his Q&A, Steve likes to answer his Q&A questions, right, Steve? You can't just sit up here and have a banter session.
He's froze, I think.
He comes over here to hide.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him speechless before.
I know. He's froze.
I think he's back now. Are you back now, Steve?
Oh, I hate technical difficulties. They drive me nuts.
Well, to be fair, Bruce, when you was on my Christmas stream, you was as glitchy as bugger.
I know, and I was using this beautiful brand new laptop that I'm taking to Mexico, so it scared me a little.
You was glitchy, brother. You was glitchy.
I know I was. I went back and I watched some of that stream afterwards, and I said to my wife, I said, "Oh my gosh, I got to fix that." But I think I forgot to move the wireless feed from the shop to the house, and I think I was going all the way out to the shop with my feed.
Didn't you just dunk your microphone in your coffee, Bruce?
I think I did, yeah. But you can still hear me, right?
Yeah. So Wayne says Q&A live streams are okay. But to apply to comment question videos generates more views. It does, and this is what I'm thinking. Is that doing a virtual pub? It is good. People they come in for the laugh and the joke, and generally I take the mickey out of absolutely everybody. But it's not good for the channel. Not really. When you're trying to if I put it this way. If you had Bree in a workshop and Ron was just acting the fool all day long, customers would think, what's going on, and Bree would beat Ron. You need to go and stand in the back, brother. I'm trying to
That is what happens.
I'm not allowed to be up front.
No, he's not allowed to deal with the customers because he would scare them all away.
There you go. So it's the same thing, And if I'm trying to get all these contacts to send me their equipment, not just for talking out for nothing, but send it just for review for demo purposes. But I need to up my game slightly, So that's what I'm looking at doing, and hopefully it'll take off. It may fall flat on its arse, but it will still give me the Saturday night free to do what I want to do as well, which is generally sleep sometimes because I've got work in about 3 hours, So that's that. So should I tell you what's happening now on a Saturday night? Because there's been a bit of a change around. So what I'll do, I'll drop you down. And I've got a little fun. In fact, I might be able to share screen. Yeah, let me get that might be easier actually. Let me share the screen. That'd be easier. Where's my bits and bobs? So I made this gentleman a thumbnail. Where did I put it? It's Christmas.
Do we get to guess?
Yeah, well, you can have a guess. It doesn't sway anything. It sort of is what it is, Ken. Yeah. There you go. You can have a guess if you like. Steve's back. Where's Steve? Oh, you're not back. Okay, I'll put a link out. Steve.
Conquer.
You're right. It is. It is. It's my mate. It's my mate Conk. So first of all, I had a word with Luke, because obviously Luke's got a relatively smallish channel, and he's trying to bolster it. So your live Saturday night is now going to be held by TC. He's taken the spot over, which means I don't know quite what time TC is going to be going live.
Well, just put a half hour extra time in your schedule.
Right.
Yeah. and to be perfectly fair, it could be any blinking time, Cheers for that, Dick. Much appreciated. Have you hide it, Dick? Yeah, cool. Where's Steve-O? Steve-O back? Steve-O's back. There he is. So Top Conker is taking my spot. As I say, I don't know what time it'll be. Top Conker's got a very, very small channel. He doesn't take it seriously, but he does enjoy what he's doing, So there still will be a virtual pub here for you if you want that. Have a laugh and joke on a Saturday night with Top Conker. And that means that the Sunday night spot was up for grabs, and between Top Conker, myself, and this gentleman decided to take the Sunday night, and the Sunday night will be taken over by Rob's Small Engines, who is another small channel. Rob will now be doing your Sunday night, so make sure you are subscribed to both Top Conker and to Rob Small Engines, and they will be doing your Saturday nights and Sunday nights going forward. At least that way they can then grow their channels a little tiny bit as well, and at the same time you've all got somewhere to go. And I will see you up on the panel at some point, but I'll be more like Klaus, sat there with a beer in my hand and not having to worry about having to keep talking to try and keep the conversation going, Because
but you're so good at it.
Well, I am, but you see, there's a downside to that. Is that when I last went on Conker's stream, me and Luke got up there, and then Conker even rang me up saying I might as well not bloody bother with you two up there. I was sitting yakking, and Conker couldn't get a bloody word in. So it's the way it goes. Time spent on live streams is better spent on service and repair. It definitely is. It definitely is. Especially for you guys out in Canada, and it's the same for us. When Ken goes live on a Sunday, used to be Sunday midday. It's so hard to tell what Ken's schedule is at the moment. But it used to be Sunday midday 1 o'clock. I'd generally be in the shed working on something or in the process of working on something. So I'll see Ken for an hour and a half and then go and then continue working. So yeah, you're right. Live streams can take up so much of your time. It's unreal. You
can run so many more videos off and get so much more content done and up with the time you spend on live streams.
100%. And it's also like, I've got a video coming out probably next week, which is actually one of the lawnmowers that I did. I'm doing that fuel experiment at the moment with 2 mowers I packed away in October, which I'm not going to touch until February with the new E10 fuel in it, just to see how they last over sort of 4 or 5 months. One of those videos is coming out this week. I filmed that back in October. But when I released that video, people are, I like the video, Mick. I think I did that 5 months ago. I got no idea what you're talking about, bro. You know what I mean? So
you forget what you've done. Yeah.
Trying to keep up with it, or it's really hard. Can someone please run Conker's and Rob's link in the chat so these guys and girls can pick them up as well, just in case they haven't. Mick, keep
Mick.
talking. I stopped talking to him for a month. I didn't want to interrupt him. Exactly that, Mark. Yeah, I know. But
hey,
so
Mick, I'm going to back out for a minute, man, because I got a gun to fix, so that I'm putting a scope on. So I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't be able to say anything, so I'm just going to mute everything. And if you got to kick me to get somebody else in, that's fine, man. I'll be back here in a bit, though.
Oh, but yeah, no worries, that's fine, buddy boy.
I don't want to take up 2 spaces anyway, because I could just go down and hang out. Well, my wife probably doesn't want me around right now.
We all know you don't want to be doing things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Be back in a bit.
No way.
Thank God. No, just kidding. There's a name I've not seen for a while. There's my good friend Colin Ketley over there. Hello, Colin. I'll see you, mate. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're doing well, buddy boy. Not seen you around for a little while.
I've seen you for months, Colin. Not
seen Colin for months. Colin was there day one. When I started doing my channel. So thanks for popping in, Cole. Much appreciated, buddy boy. So how have you guys and girls been? I've been sitting there yakking now for an hour. Have you all been good? What have you been up to, Bruce? You been up to much?
I haven't touched a machine in 3 weeks.
Oh, your microphone's gone for a right dump since you touched it.
Roger, Roger.
That's better.
Roger. Loud and clear, baby.
I haven't touched a machine in 3 weeks.
Yeah, there you go.
No snowblowers, nothing. I'm stunned. It's kind of been nice.
Is that because there's nothing coming into the shop, or you've got so many videos backed up you don't need to be?
Well, I've got videos backed up right into March, so that'll help my trip. But I've got a weed whacker. I've got one weed whacker that's a non-runner that's on the floor of the garage, and that's it.
Give it to Conker. He can fix it.
You say you've got videos till March, but if you're going away for a little while and you do 3 videos a day, technically that's going to run into about middle of February. I know what your scheduling is like, Bruce. Your scheduling is shocking.
Well, no, I've got to be honest with you, I've got 2 a week for all of January, and then I've got 1 a week for March.
But normally we get 2 or 3 videos in a day sometimes.
No, not from me.
No February, Bruce?
February is, metal detecting, sunburns, that kind of stuff.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. What have you been up to, Klaus? I know you've been busy doing your restoration video. Is that real time, Klaus, or is that been done, put away, and finished with months ago?
It started early summer.
Yeah.
And finished in start November, and I started releasing. I had this plan to, between Christmas and New Year's, everybody's off, and I figured I'd try and do something where people can binge watch, and I just one a day on the same topic. It was quite nice. Yeah. Other than that, I've been I was approached by a tool company a while ago, and they sent me some new tools to review, and that's a new territory for me. Mm-hmm. Holy moly, that's difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because you don't want to look like a sales rep, right?
Right.
And at the same time, you kind of want to. It's artificial. You can't be in the right work situation with a new rattle gun because, you can't.
Yep.
Because then it's about the machine rather than the tool, and yeah, it's been tough. I think it's been tough. I'm not complaining, but I think it's been that took a little more out of me than I expected it would.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so it's a bit like this air compressor I picked up this week. I've done a video on just an unboxing video. It's not a review purpose. It's one I bought myself.
Yeah.
But I intend on sending that video to the company that I purchased it from to say that I've done a video, and you never know how that markets. But I can't have Riley Boy in the video giving it a big thumbs up and saying, "Don't forget, there's your dinner" and all that sort of stuff. And I can't have sticker shout outs and all that sort of stuff going on there as well, because it's a different type of video. So I know what you're saying. It's not easy.
No, it is not, and my biggest worry is that people will see me as a fake for doing it because I'm kind of promoting someone. I got it for free, right? And I even got some money for it and blah, blah, blah. But you kind of look like a sales rep for something that I actually probably don't want on my channel to be. And still, it's interesting to do. It's difficult. I find it difficult, but I finished the last one today, and I think I came out okay. Without being too, you're here with a battery powered angle grinder, and so, this is an angle grinder. This is how you use it. See, it's a good one. Yeah. Next, and I got these machines with the purpose of reviewing them online on YouTube, and you can sit there and read statistics of the machine, and you don't want to do that either because that's like boring. So yeah, it's been an experience.
Well, yeah, I think as long as you're honest, and I've been approached by several companies, and some of which are just sort of spammers off of Amazon affiliate links and what have you as well, to promote their products. I get 2 or 3 emails a week, from companies that or people that say they're a company called Wong 2 and what have you. All that stuff.
Yeah, those I know those.
I get loads of those,
and this is Wing from Wang.
Exactly that, and it's just not something I want to do, at all. But however, you've got to remember there is a market for places like Banggood where people do go and buy their stuff if they're just a girl or guy in a workshop and they just want to repair their own machines or whatever. So
maybe
there is a
if
market for
someone,
that.
maybe if someone opened up a studio just for reviewing tools, that would be great.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a bit like Bree, isn't it, Bree? I mean, obviously you're an Echo dealer, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had a piece of machinery came in, right, and you looked at it and you said to Ron, that's crap. You know,
Yeah.
that is not, that's not good at all.
Yep.
You know, would you put your name on that?
Nope.
As a honest review and say, yeah, buy this, it's Echo, blah 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 blah, or would you say to Echo, do you know what, that's not for me?
Oh no, I'm the one that calls up my distributor and is like, "What is this?" You know, and they, yeah, I'm that guy. And so like y'all, I'm sure you get all these invites to review all these products. I've only done it a couple times because I do not want to do that, because nobody's going to want to see me make a video on a shop light. But even though I really want that shop light, but I don't, you know, I haven't got to that point yet. But I got that Gulu GT3000 jump starter and did a review video on that. Well, it wasn't really a review video. I made the Christmas song thing out of it, and I'm damn happy I got that jump starter. That thing is awesome. I mean, the Project Farm had already done a review video on it, and it was the best of the best. So I was like, yeah, I will do a video for you on that. So
I think Martin's got a good point. Every advert you watch on TV, people have been paid for.
Yeah,
so why
true.
should you, when you review a product? I think that's absolutely right. But Martin was one of the first people to say to me, make sure, or you know, try and do it so it's your channel background, your channel specific. You know, so I'm doing lawnmower repair, small engine repair, and the odd bit here and there. So lots of people have sent or offered to send me products, you know, which someone wanted to send me a musical 14-foot electric keyboard that you dance up and down. I thought, you know, Riley would love that. Riley would
my God, I want one.
love that.
You could have given us a tune on Saturday nights.
You know what I mean? With that, with James's chainsaw, he would love that, right? But in all fairness, no one's going to give me the thumbs up or even watch that on my channel, so therefore I'm not going to do it. You know?
Oh, there's what is there? 12 that might watch right here.
I would.
Maybe. But you know, I try and just keep it, you know, so you get a good quality. So, for instance, someone wanted to send me a chainsaw, handheld chain. You know, still do a handheld saw, don't they? You do a battery powered saw that you. It's a
a little handheld one, a little pruning type one, yeah.
So somebody from Wu-Tang Clan wanted to send me one of these saws, right? And I thought, well, do you know what? I could do that because you know, it's sort of what I do, garden stuff. I looked at the product, and the product was absolutely shocking. You know, it had no oil dispenser. I couldn't even find a spare chain for it. So you can imagine what the customer service is going to be like. There was no chain brake on it. And I just thought, I'm not gonna put my name on this and say this is a good product, you should get this, you know, because it is absolutely shocking. I'd much rather have a bin in the corner and say, yeah, this product I've just reviewed is crap. Don't waste your time. And
Isn't the new steel one just like that?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. No, I think it does have an oiler. I think it does.
Are you sure?
Brie, don't hold me to it. I think it does have an oiler. I think. Jason Gardner might know.
Yeah,
possibly. He may know, but I think it does. But at least it has an automatic brake on it, Bree, where you come off the trigger and the chain actually slows down very rapidly. Mm-hmm. It has a nice little cover on it, so as you cut through, the second you've cut through it, the guard covers the chain out the way.
Yeah, that is cool.
Whereas one I've seen that they had the plastic. It looked like a bit of plastic angle. Over the top, and it just flopped there. It wasn't spring actioned or anything. So you know, if you slipped or fell off your step ladder whilst pruning your tree, there's nothing stopping you from cutting yourself wide open on that chain because there's nothing to guard it. You know.
Well, I was actually lucky because the tool company that approached me, it's actually good stuff.
From where? Sorry.
I'm saying the company that approached me with the tools that I reviewed that I
Yeah.
haven't released yet. It's actually good equipment. It's good stuff for the price.
Well, for me, anything that comes through from like Banggood, number one, straight away, you've got to buy a charger for it or an adapter just to plug it in straight away. And people in the UK, they're not going to be doing that. They're not going to want to do it. You know,
I just went and looked at a picture of it. When you see it, there's a knob that looks like it's a bar oil tank cap, but that is actually to the side cover. That takes the whole side cover off to change the chain. But yeah, there's no bar oil in that either.
There's no bar oiler. There you go. Jason just said you have to manually oil it. There you go. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's just for little things. I don't want my channel just to review, you know, shoddy equipment. I can't even give away as a giveaway price. Do you know what I mean? Cause you
have to have your standards, don't you? You have to have your standards.
I think so. I mean, Martin does. Is it Clark stuff or
Clark? Like the machine mark.
Machine mark.
The machine mark. You know, it's good stuff. You know, it's good quality, middle range sort of equipment. You know, compared to your Snap-on stuff, all that sort of gear. Yeah. But it's good quality stuff that you can rely on. You know. And not everyone can afford the high end gear, so you know it's good quality equipment, and people like Martin will give it an honest review. If it's no good, he will just say it ain't no good, you know, or it failed because of this. They need to upgrade this part of it. So it's just something I want to make sure that I'm doing right before I go wrong, and then people start pulling me up on it, you know, because it's not right, is it, you know? But that's me. You know, that's just my fault. It doesn't stop anybody else. I know that.
If you haven't done it before, try it out. It's fun. It's difficult, but it's fun. Try it out.
Definitely. I know that Freedom Mowers. He did a video. I think a company got hold of him with a copy carburetor, which worked. Okay. On a generator he was working on. But we all know, don't we? We all know that, you know, OEM carburetors versus Chinese copy carburetors. They work to a degree. You got to get the right one.
Chinese are hit and miss. They're hit and miss.
You know, but as long as you say this product cost me $12 instead of $60, and it worked for me, you know. So is it worth the risk? You're putting your name on it.
Yeah. I have a question for this great panel. I've changed a couple of names of my videos. You know, my mower lift, that kind of thing. I've actually changed it and called it the Pender lift, because you can Google the Pender lift now. Yeah. So what do you guys think of that? Am I stealing product and naming from Princess Auto, or do you think I'm okay?
Actually, Bruce, to be honest, I was actually the first one who called it the Pender lift.
There you go.
Yeah. And since I call it first, you can call it whatever you want at any time.
And to be fair, Bruce, if they came to you and said, "Hey, you know, that's copyright," I would write saying, "Hang about." Bruce said it first. At the end of the day, that's the Pender lift. So change your name and also give Bruce.
Well, I think it's done wonders for Harbor Freight and Princess Auto and whatever you have over in the UK. I think it's, you know, there's a lot of those fucking things out there.
There's a connection. It's actually it's a huge tip in your hat that they have done that, isn't it?
Right, and
if there's a connection.
Yeah, I agree with you, Wayne.
I would try to find out if they named it like that because of you or because somebody else's invention.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's a channel on Instagram with 1,100 views on it, and I don't have an Instagram channel.
Yeah. So did they name it after you, or did they?
No, it's just a slang, I think. You know, the Pender lift.
Yeah.
It's just slang, or you know.
Okay.
So, I mean, the age-old question is, you know, OEM versus copy. You know, when you're doing a video, you know, on a copy piece of equipment, and it works. Are you happy to say, yeah, you go ahead and do that, you know?
It's strange you say that. I've done a video fairly recently, which I put a copy part on, and there's an update on it because it failed within a week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean,
most of the times,
I did a Honda HRX 476 this summer. It came in running very underpowered. It wouldn't even idle. So I said to a bloke, you know, you came to me a little while ago, and I said it needed a new carburetor on it. Really, it's commercially used, and he got me just to manually clean it, which didn't really solve any problems at all. So I said it needs a new carb. You got a choice: £70 for a Honda genuine, or you've got £15-20 for a one-off of Amazon or China. It be here in 4 months. And he went for the cheap one. You know, and it ran to a fashion. It didn't have that Honda power tone, you know, to the engine, and I don't think it's going to last a season myself, you know. But for £12, is it worth the gamble?
What were you going to say, Klaus?
Look, I was going to say, if you change it, what fails most often in the Wuhan models is the diaphragms.
Mm-hmm.
They can't handle the ethanol. If you change the diaphragm into a good diaphragm, there's a very, very good chance it'll start running again.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the first place, you'll buy. Well, it actually is a carburetor. It is a carburetor. So what I did, I bought it because I wanted to save time. Now I've bought that, fitted it on there, used it and everything. And now I've actually I think I put the old carburetor back on with a kit I've bought. Because I wanted to save time. So the whole process has landed up taking me more time now and more expense. And I've been better off doing proper carb in the first place. So when I hear people say now, just buy the cheap carb and throw it on because it's quick, I don't really agree with that because I prefer to keep the original Zama, Walbro, or whatever on it if possible. Because
just got a comment there from the small engine DIY. I'm sure he's out in Texas. I might be wrong. I think he's definitely in America. I think he's in Texas. He just needs 10 more subscribers to get to 10K. So if there's no one that isn't subscribed, because somebody's run his link in my chat for me. And if we can get him over that 10K, that'd be absolutely fantastic. That's what it's all about. So please run his link for me and go for that. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's in America. I'm sure he is.
You please,
yeah, he is an American.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've been subscribing for a little while. I know I have.
Just so I was going to say something about those cheap carburetors. I'll install them too, but I'll keep the old carburetor, rebuild it.
That's what I do.
Because I see the people just replacing carburetors. That I call them R&R. They're not mechanics. They're just rip out and replace. To fix a carburetor and get it running right, that's a mechanic to me.
Well, it's funny you say that, Hank, because there's a channel that me and you used to know that was quite active back in the day, and this particular channel. He would come across a carburetor on a piece of equipment, and to be fair, it was gummed up, and it wanted a little bit of elbow grease, a bit of wire wool to clean the bolt out, all the stuff that we would do for a manual clean. It might be different for someone like Bree, who's got them on the shelf and just want to get the carburetor on, get the machine out. That's a different ball game. But you're right. Some of the carburetors that I've brought back to life, people think, oh my God, that carburetor is absolutely done. It's got oxidization in there. It's absolutely mullered. But 2 or 3 cleans on it. I've got all day. I'm not really worried, and it works. Yeah, there are a lot of people that will just say, bomb, new carburetor done, move on with your day, which is cool. But you're right. How many people I've seen come into the shop last year, because we are 2022 now, They've got the carburetor off. They've cleaned it on a 2-stroke, but then they fitted it with aftermarket diaphragm kits in it. And then if you go down to your local dealer and get a genuine kit for it, which will cost you about 14-15 quid off the shelf, you can get it that day. You rebuild the carburetor yourself, and away it goes. It's because they're putting in cheap Chinese diaphragms that are absolutely shocking.
But that's the way it used to be. You rebuilt them. You didn't go and get a $15 carburetor. We used to rebuild them completely, and then that was it. There was no $15 carburetor.
But I still think that some of the channels and that aren't machined quite the same as the genuine ones. Yeah, that's what I think, because they're rushing them out so quick, and they're you can buy them for £9, £10, £13.
I mean, well, there's the quality control at the end of the factory line is gone.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Small Engine DIY. He's now just got his 10K. There you go, buddy boy. Congratulations. Cool. There you go. If you haven't yet got his channel, go and pick him up. Apparently, he's giving away 15 free T-shirts, and he will post anywhere in the world. Go and check him out.
Oops.
Yeah, I watch his channel too. It's good.
It's a high price for success. It's a high price for success.
He's got a good channel. He doesn't put a lot of regular content out, but I do watch him.
Right. Yeah.
I think about once every 3 weeks I see a channel pop up. It might just be the notifications I get, but yeah. What about you, Bree? Obviously, you're in the market. You know, you got machines coming. I saw your graveyard just today. So you go.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And looking at what we've just discussed, you know, you bought that old ride-on mower, which was, you know, in your scrap pile. So obviously, a customer's come in, you know, for maybe a trade-in or whatever, or for repair, and it's been deemed as beyond economical repair. You spend a day at it, you know, and get down and dirty and clean the carburetors and have a good proper work through it, and then you bring it back to life. So is it a question of someone comes in and you say, you know, carburetor issue, carburetor off the shelf, new one in, that customer's happy, and move on with your day, that one goes into a boneyard, and you might go back later on to look at it, or what is it?
It depends really on the carburetors. I actually do, and the guys in the back, we actually repair the carburetors instead of just switching them out, unless it's cheap, like Honda carburetors you can get for really cheap, or
really?
Even, you know, me working on the 2 cycles, the steel carburetors are not cheap, but they're also, I don't like the aftermarket ones because they only work half the time anymore. So I rather kit those all day. I'll kit one all day long before I'll put an aftermarket one on there. So
when I was just gonna say, when you say the Honda ones are cheap, that's genuine. Is that OEM?
OEM Honda carburetors. I can like the majority of the smaller ones that I'm seeing on, you know, pressure washers, push motors, stuff like that. I can sell to the customer for like $30 to $35.
Wow. In North America, they are cheap. Here, slightly different.
Yeah, they're about £70 here, 70 Great British pounds here.
Yeah. Now for the bigger engines, they're not that cheap, but for the smaller stuff that's on all the push motors and pressure washers and stuff, they are. So it's totally worth, you know, me not charging that customer that extra amount in labor to try to clean it and it not work, and so that's pretty much the only one. But for the Briggs carburetors, like the Nikis, they're $120 for a OEM one, and you're either going to get, we will still try to kit it unless it's totally gone, but if it doesn't kit, it's $120 we're not doing aftermarkets on those. So, but I did a pressure washer and it needed a pump, which it was $200, but the, you know, pressure washer was $380 something bucks. I get tons of equipment every year that people, you know, it isn't worth fixing to them. It would have been my price for the Simpson pump was $220, and then I got to charge labor, you know, and a little bit on the pump. They're never going to want to spend that, so they just leave it because they don't need that engine, you know. So I end up with lots of good stuff.
I mean, exactly that little ride on you got going today, you know. For what it's worth, you know, it came into a boneyard for whatever reason it did, and then you know, as I say, a couple of hours, hard graft, and it's back up and running with jet wash. It's a tidy machine. You know,
it looks good, and it's crazy how you could sell. I mean, it's a decent machine, but I'll probably be able to get $600 to $700 out of that one because it looks so nice now that it's cleaned up. If it was still the same exact machine and it was dirty, you can't get $300 for it. It's funny how, or you could have an excellent machine that doesn't look well anymore and nobody wants to buy it, even though it's going to last them 20 years because of how it looks. You can sell, you know, we don't.
It's the same here, Bree. I've got an Atco Bauer mower, which is a real mower, which I'm currently working on at the moment. I looked at it. It was in okay condition. I got it running, and it still just looks a little bit, you know. And so I put the blowtorch on it and just melted some of the plastic to give it a bit of a shine. I've hit it with a 2K lacquer, and now outside, it looks like a brand new penny. I looked at the date on it, 1986.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it looks and it's a Tecumseh, and it runs absolutely beautiful. You know,
Awesome.
Klaus just did a rebuild on that motor, and that came out fantastic.
That's beautiful.
Exactly.
That is. I mean, yes. I think it looks nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but money wise, don't do it.
So small engine is
Exactly, yeah.
saying, stay tuned. I'm giving a publish on my special thanks. Thanks for helping to 10K. Micks Mowers, you can have one of my special T-shirts free of charge. You're an absolute star, buddy boy. Absolutely amazing. Email me up, baby. Oh, sorry, and Bruce. Yeah, Mick and Bruce. Sorry, yeah, Bruce. Sorry, Bruce.
Just get the sizes right. That's all.
Yeah. Don't go sending me a Kent size.
Yeah, Klaus, that's a kind of motor that you rebuild and you put aside as a showpiece.
Yeah, it's like man cave item, isn't it?
It is, because who needs a 2 horsepower brakes, right?
Mate, hey, I'll have one.
Yeah,
Especially if it's nice and shiny.
I tell you what, Nick, if you get over here and you come to my shop, you can have it.
Do you have border control where you live?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me stuffing, bruv. No chance.
Passport, new number, you'll be fine.
It's not happening. I will stand more chance of getting into your country with Ron's photograph than my own. Why is it? What? No, I'm serious, right? Whenever I go away, like me and Mrs. P, we go away on holiday with the kids to Turkey or wherever, Spain, whatever. We go through the old, the old get rid of your luggage bit first, don't you? And then you go through security. And I try my best not to make no eye contact, to be inconspicuous, And the bloke always says, "You here, hands against the wall." Every single time.
You just look dodgy. You must look dodgy.
I don't know what it is. Every time.
What do you mean by must look?
I don't know. But whenever I go past security, the dog always sits down, and I've got no drugs on me for no reason at all. And the bloke's sitting there with his rubber gloves on, his veterinary gloves on. Do you know what I mean?
Bend over.
Every single time, I always get
cavity search.
I once went to Turkey, and I had a pair of I think they're like a cowboy boot, but they were a Cuban heel, but with a chisel toe on the front. I like my chisel toe boots, and they had a solid rubber heel and sole, And these Turkish guys, they were hellbound bent on drilling into one of my boots because they thought something was in there. I was like, brother, you is not drilling into my boot. Trust me. You know what I mean? They kept putting it through the bloody X-ray machine, thinking there was something in there. I don't know what's going on. Unless Mrs. P's selling drugs, it could be that. I don't know. Maybe she is.
Could be.
I always get stuck. You must just have that look, Mick. Yeah, I don't know what it is. They don't like me. Whenever I go away. So what I do now is when I go to the airport, and you go to pick up your luggage, I always pick up someone else's first and just move it before I pick mine up, just in case there's drugs in that one as well. Do you know what I mean? So they get searched. Oh yeah, he touched that one. Check that one out as well. I always get done. Even Riley, I think Riley boy suffers a bit now because they tried searching Riley. Can you believe it? I went to we went to Ireland, and we went over to the west side, which is that Knock? Is it Knock Airport in Ireland?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
Shannon Airport, so out that way.
No, it's not Shannon. I think it's Knock.
Sounds familiar. It does sound.
Yeah, I think it is Knock. And when we left I think we went from Bournemouth. And they've got one of these fantastic paddle spinning X-ray machines. It's got like 4 paddles on it, and you go in this cubicle, and it spins round you. And they wanted to put Riley boy in there. I was like, you're off your head. There's no way he's going to sit in there with 4 paddles spinning around him. Do you want him to go to A&E? Do you know what I mean? It's Knock Island, yeah. That's it, yeah. Oh, there you go. Has anyone else ever had any airport problems?
Our daughter used to have she had this little teddy bear, Winnie the Pooh thing. She idolized it, and they took that off to check it all through. Yeah. I kept setting the buzzer off once, and I'm sure my shoes must have had a metal plate in the bottom, in the sole, built in, because it kept putting it off. They were satisfied in the end, but I went through about 3 times until they were happy.
All I know is that at the airports, doesn't matter where you go, they have no humor.
No.
No humor. with my old job, I used to travel quite a lot to the UK, to Germany, to the US and Canada, and where it doesn't matter where you go, they have no humor. I was in Stansted late in an evening, and I got off the plane and had to pick up my luggage, and my suitcase wasn't there. And went up to the counter and I said, "Where's my suitcase?" "Oh, well, we'll look." And they came back. We can't find it. I said, "That is absolutely. Where is it? Did it get off the plane?" "Yeah, it came off the plane." I said, "It's like half a mile between the plane and here. Where is it?" "Oh, we don't know. You have to go and report it as lost. You can claim this." I went over to the custom guys. I says, "If you have a suitcase that might contain drugs, how do you fix it?" "Hold on," he said. "There's a name on it?" "Yeah, it's mine." 6 minutes later, my suitcase showed up.
Never found it.
They did have to open it. They did want to go through it. The dog did come by, and he kind of stared, with an evil eye at me. I said, "Thank you. They found my luggage. That's nice." Next. So try that out. It works. They can be very, very efficient at customs. Not at the luggage department.
We had an episode. I think again we must have been going to Ireland because we go to Ireland quite a bit. Well, pre-COVID anyway. And this one particular time, Riley Boy always gets first class treatment because he wears his little special lanyard, which means I'm extra special. Need a bit more help, please. And Riley Boy does not do well in airports. Trust me, when I say he does not do well, I mean it's hard work. And because Riley Boy does self-harm as well, when he gets to that level, there's no bringing him back, So we was in a queue one day, and we've gone straight through. We've gone check in, straight through security, straight through, no problem. Woman actually escorted us all the way through. Got to the bag search bit, and there's about 5 flights going out, which is not a big airport, but 5 flights is quite a few for people to get through. And they had one conveyor belt of people searching bags, just one, right? So I said to Mrs. P, I said, "We're going to be in trouble here. You wait and see if we ain't." So we're sitting there, and my bag and Riley's bag went to one side. I forgot to take out a bottle of juice out of Riley's bag. That's all it was. No big deal. But Riley's bag went into the got to be search queue, which was behind 17 other suitcases waiting to be looked at, with one person checking at the other end. So Riley Boy's starting to get a bit agitated. By that I mean he's starting to headbutt the floor and stuff like that. And I'm trying to keep him calm and trying to keep Mrs. P at bay as well. So I said to the security guard, he must have been about 12. I said to him, "Any chance you can open another conveyor belt, mate?" I said, "My boy's got additional needs and you're not coping very well, and you're not doing a very good job here." He said, "We're doing the best we can do, sir." So I'm not disputing that, but you could do better. There's another 45 conveyor belts here which you could open up. When you go to Asda, they open another till for you, bruv. Just open another. By now, Mrs. P's tugging at my coat saying, "Mick, you need to calm down a little bit, son. You're going to get yourself arrested, So I actually lost it in the end, and the security guard, big beefy bloke like Ron, came up and he wanted to fight. And he said, "Is there a problem here, sir?" I said, "Yeah, there is actually. Yeah, there is a problem, and your airport's shocking. And if you've come over here to start an argument to get me thrown up the airport, you're going the right way about it, son. So open another checkout so I can get this boy on the plane so we can get on holiday." And within seconds, a little tiny woman came up. She said, "Come with me." She grabbed his suitcase off the conveyor belt, took it down to the end. So there you go. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Didn't even look in it. So then most people would say, "Thank you." Yeah. Not me. I wasn't done. "Oh, no. You're going to sit there and you're going to search my bag because you've had it in here for 25 minutes. So search my bag." Because I said, there could be a bomb in there. Next thing you know, everyone's searching bags a lot quicker now because you mentioned the B word.
You said the B word.
Mrs. P was like, "Why do we bother?" Do you know what I mean? I'd gone past I went past that when the big security guard turned up for a fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have you had a problem, Bruce?
The only problem I had was a few years ago. I was on the wrong side of security, and I got a nosebleed from hell. So what do? Like, you're standing in the security line, you're about 50 or 60 meters from the machine.
That's the first sign of a
and then whoosh, right? So I have to go to the bathroom. Trudy's going kind of nuts because the plane's leaving in like 20 minutes, and I'm in the men's bathroom on the wrong side of security, bleeding all over my clothes, and I had one shirt in my little carry-on, so I got things stopped up, and I don't know why. I was probably just a little nervous, and poof, away it went. And I barely made the flight. That was crazy. It was just
generally a nosebleed like that is generally the first sign of a drug mule.
You guys are scaring me. We're leaving in a week, eh? You're scaring me.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. What about you, Bree? Any airport problems?
I would get stopped every single time coming back from Mexico into America. I think it was because my name was different on my passport than it was on my driver's license.
Oh, don't even go there.
Yeah, and I believe that's why it was. But on the way down there, I didn't get stopped that much, and it was really nice because I would just pick my kid up and put him on my hip, and they'd be like, "Yeah, come through this way," and did that for years. But now he's 12 and he's as tall as me, and I don't think I could pick him up and put him on my hip anymore. But that was the easiest way out. Just
my
grab
problem
your kid.
is my second name is the name I use.
Mm-hmm.
So some of my identification is Lyle Bruce Pender, right?
Yep.
Some of it is L. Bruce Pender. Some of it is Bruce Pender. My passport is different than my driver's license, which is different than my PRQ code. So one of these days I'm going to end up in a 4x4 concrete room with a 4-inch hole in the bottom.
Yeah.
It happens, I just can't figure it out. One day we was in Turkey, and I think we were flying back home. I know it was a late flight. I think we left the hotel at 8 at night, down to the airport by 10. Yeah, it was a late flight. Anyway, the Turkish, cheers, buddy boy. The Turkish authorities down there, they don't really understand the additional needs lanyard thing. They don't really get that just yet. It's getting there, but they're not really with it. Anyway, I had a bit of a row with one of the lobby staff about it. He wasn't very keen to have a chat with me, and so he got his boss, who I had a chat with him as well. Anyway, they then pushed us to the front of the queue. Fantastic. We then boarded the aeroplane, and we sat down, buckled in. And within 3 seconds of us sitting down, the Turkish pilot came on and said, "The airspace has been shut off at so-and-so. We're now going to be stuck on the aeroplane for an hour and a half." With Riley, with no iPad. Thanks for that, buddy. Cheers.
Yeah.
That's one thing I dread. Get them saying, "Oh, we're getting stuck for something." I've never had it yet. We've always took off
we
on
had
time.
it. Yeah, we've had it in Gatwick. They're absolutely in Gatwick. I think they've actually got a team. You can book in with them, and there are additional needs set up. And literally, the second you turn up, there's people looking for you, looking for that lanyard. And the second they find you, they grab you, and you come with me. Come sit down. We've got TV going on. It's straight through passport control into a little separate lounge with entertainers and this. That. It's absolutely the dog's danglies. It is brilliant. Riley boy gets to there's little tiny airport carriages that old people sit in. We get to got to drive one of them, and it's brilliant. Fantastic. You go to Turkey, don't get that, none of that. You got to walk, pal. You know what I mean? It's crap, isn't it?
We sit in airplanes a lot because many times they have to be de-iced again before you take off, just from the snow.
Yeah, we had that once. I think that's probably our longest we had to wait. It was about 25 minutes, and then
that's not bad.
That was all right. But at that time, I was a bit concerned because I think it was starting to get a bit warmer at that point. But before, there was talk, because they were taking so long, it was 5 or 6 hours. Someone we worked for, she's going to America and had to sit for 5 or 6 hours on the plane before it took off.
Really?
You're tired before it even starts.
That would do my head right in.
I don't know if I can put up. Riley Boy's really good, but you can tell when his anxiety is quite high, and you've got to be so careful. He's like a little set of scales. One marble falls off that scales, mate, and it just drops, and before you know, you're into never land. Yeah.
I'm not great. I'm not great in airports, really. I find the whole thing a bit stressful. Laura, our daughter, is a lot better. But I get stressed more.
Oh, not for me. I generally just find the bar, get a couple of pints under my neck, and I'm happy.
That works really well.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys that when I go on holiday, my holiday starts at the airport, if not the taxi ride up.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm quite happy. But Mrs. P gets very stressed because she's worrying about Riley. So she keeps giving me this look like.
And he's just gonna reflect on that stress.
Oh, hell yeah, all the time,
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, how we would ever cross the Atlantic, which is something we want to do, how would we ever negotiate that?
My house is empty next week, bud?
look, don't start, because I said I've been banging on for the past 7 months about me coming over to your house whilst you're away, and you said no.
Yeah, I don't think you'd enjoy it. You know, I said yesterday on 4 or 5 live streams that were on, it's minus 30 here, and I just took the garbage out without a coat on, and my whole upper body hurt, and I only walked 20 meters out, 20 meters back.
Minus 30. Minus 30 is not even woolly hat conditions over here, Bruce.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you'd enjoy it over Bruce's house. Everything's locked up, chained. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would even be a problem. I mean, we all know Bruce has got, you know, angle grinders and whatever. Other than padlock straight off. Don't worry about that.
Nothing. You guys didn't even want to steal my tools because nothing is cordless.
What about you, Ken? Have you got any problems in the airports?
The only problem I had was one time one of the engines wasn't working properly, so they were working on it for about a half hour, and there was a contingent of people from Japan, and the young daughter was freaking out, like, I don't want to fly on this plane because the engine's going to blow up or fail or whatever. So the pilot got on and said, just so you know, people, this plane can fly on one engine. It's actually a safety factor. Well, half the plane got off after that.
Yeah. My brother actually nearly got thrown off a flight because he was they're just taxiing out. And my brother, he likes a beer. He was off to Spain on an all-inclusive holiday, and he actually shouted out, "The engine's on fire!" And
I've been in one of those, an in-flight engine.
Yeah, he nearly got thrown out. That was good. That was a good one. Yeah, but he's a bit of an idiot. So
Hi, Jack.
Hey, just I want to take a vote though. How many people think that Dom DeLuise is Rob? Come on.
It's what?
Rob.
It is.
There is a good, real similarity there.
Absolutely,
To be fair,
I think Rob is prettier. He looks better.
To be fair, at first glance, I thought that was Jeff. I thought that was Jeff right first.
I did for a second. Yeah, I did.
I just want to know who's Burt Reynolds then.
Who's Burt Reynolds?
Well, they always did stuff together in Cannonball Run. Yeah.
I certainly don't have the hair for it, unlike others. Others got quite a big old mop on there.
I want to say Bruce. Bruce looks like
Bruce
does not look like Burt Reynolds. What
an older Burt Reynolds? You don't think?
No, he looks like Burl Ives.
No, at least he's just as cool.
We all know it's far too cold for a Trans Am in Canada. That ain't never going to happen. Rest in peace, Jeffro. Yeah. So, I thought baby picture of Ken Small Engine Repair. What's that? I thought that was a baby picture of Ken Small Engine. It's not a baby picture of Ken. We didn't have photographs back in them days. What about you, Hank? Have you ever been on an aeroplane, Hank? Because you're quite old, didn't you?
Yeah, but you know what? They had to go out there and pull on the propeller to get it started, you know?
That
was never a problem.
Contact.
And when that happened, were there people getting in the back of it with parachutes and guns?
Oh, yeah. We had parachutes on, yeah. But you started worrying when they took a right instead of a left, you know, because that's going across the ocean instead of over there by Iceland.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's different over here. I mean, like for Bruce, you know, I see some of the videos of people landing airplanes in snow and what have you out in Canada and places like that. Over here in the UK, as soon as there's like 3 millimeters of frost on the airport, Gatwick is shut down for 5 weeks. This is
a little bit of wind, they can't hardly land.
Yeah, but you know, our airports have the equipment, right?
Yeah.
They're totally they're totally equipped, right?
Some airports have heated runways, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Down here at Gatwick, they employ 15 scouts to run up and down with blowtorches.
Hey, I see Steve's saying in the chat that he's back. I'm going to head out, guys. But
okay, Bree, no worries.
Happy New Year, and this isn't goodbye. And thank you, Mick, for your live stream.
I'll be around.
Everybody.
Thanks for your fun. Thanks for all the fun.
Bye, Bree.
Take care.
Bye, Bree.
Bye-bye.
I'll still be around. Have no fear of that. Right, here goes Bree. So I think Steve-O's on his way up. Yeah, down here, I know we had a bit of snow a couple of years back in Gatwick Airport. They were struggling just to keep stuff running, weren't they? Really, really were struggling. You know, it's
I
mad.
used to do
over here.
most of my hops outside Europe was done through Amsterdam, and apparently they do get wins from time to time. And when Amsterdam is the second largest airport in Europe,
Really?
when that shuts down, all hell breaks loose.
Right.
So you would have thought, right? Okay, if a pilot is coming into Gatwick, right, to take people away, where's that airport with the really short runway where they've got to come down through a mountain and they've
Not Hong Kong.
They've got the brakes on.
London City, try that.
They've got the brakes on and the flaps down before the landing gear's down, right?
Yeah.
So what is the problem? They can't land in Gatwick, right, which has got 3 millimeters of snow on it, to go to an airport that's only 150 yards long. Do you know what I mean? It don't make no sense to me. That don't.
Is it that island? Is it St Helena or somewhere? That's a real nightmare.
I thought it was Hong Kong, where they got to make a 180-degree turn and then bam, there's the landing.
Yeah.
Could be, Ken. Yeah, it could be.
There is an island.
If you ever try the Faroe Islands, you'll have mountainsides like this much from the wingtips when they come down, both sides.
I can remember landing in Turkey in Dalaman Airport back in the day. I've been there about 8 or 9 times, and it was like someone built the runway in their lunch break. I'm sure they had some load of Irish fellas go over there and do it in their lunch break. You know what I mean? Bloody potholes. Yeah. But you know, it's always baffled me. Over here in the UK, you get a little bit of snow, and the whole country just comes to an absolute screaming halt. People like Bruce, they open the back door up, and the snow's up to past the letterbox, you know, and it's like, it's a normal day for us.
Just get on with it, yeah.
It's always, that's always amazed me.
I'd rather have. We need some more snow. It's so cold. The snow is actually an insulation for the ground, so we need more.
Yeah. Where you been, Steve? What you been up to?
No, it's classified.
Speaking of snow, do you guys still have? All right, I got to ask Steve. Do you guys still have snow on the ground out there, Steve? Or you guys?
Yeah, you know, it's doesn't usually last this long.
I know. My brother-in-law there. We were on a Zoom call and he was saying that there's still inches of snow and it's going to -10 at night.
Yeah, it is. -10 Celsius.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say classified, you are aware you're in the wrong stream.
Excuse me.
You're in the wrong stream for classified.
Oh, right.
Where you been then? What have you been doing?
I did. You know what? I do have something to say about when you guys are talking about doing review videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do have a little bit of something to say about that.
Go on, then.
Stella from the Lawnmower Lady, Stella and I had a great phone call conversation a couple weeks ago about this. And pretty much what I said to her, because she was wondering about doing review videos on a carburetor, I think a HIPAA carburetor or something.
Yeah.
And I do need you guys to understand this. When somebody offers to send you, a company offers to send you a carburetor, we'll send you a free carburetor if you do a review video.
Yeah.
You do realize that carburetor costs them like $5.
Yeah.
They are laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
It's almost free advertising for them. So what I've been doing is saying, yeah, I'll do a video
for you. I think he needs a computer.
And I want $1,000. I want $1,000 USD, or even $50 USD. Not one time will they be willing to send you money. They won't even PayPal you $50. But what you should do, that carburetor costs them $5.
Yep.
Tell them you want 10 of them.
Yeah, well, what I've done that,
and they will absolutely. They'll just go, "Yep, you want 10 carburetors? you got 10 carburetors." They'll give you the free products, but they won't ever send you money. So make it worth your while.
Yeah, because that Hyper company contacted me. I've never got back to them yet, but I've got a shopping list of stuff I want from them. And to be honest, if they don't give me the shopping list of what I want, I'm not going to bother.
Well, there is a company. There is a company that have approached me. I've been doing a bit of emailing with them. They approached me. And they're a reputable company within the battery-powered equipment range. And they said they're interested in doing some work with me. And what would be the sort of the grounds of it? Do you want something just on demo or what? I said, well, I'm looking at these items. That's what I'm looking at to do some review videos on. And you'll get 2 or 3 videos. You'll get some unboxing. You'll get first look at. You'll get after 6 months use and how to maintain. Those sort of things. So she said, what do you want in return? I said, I want a complete range of what you've got for nothing. And when you look at how much their stuff retails at, I think their mower alone, their 21-inch mower, retails at around about £550, £600. It ain't costing them £600 to make it.
No.
You can guarantee that. No. So she said, "Okay, well, I'll get back to you."
When I talked to the company,
you still sponsored by Pro Parts?
Say again.
Are you still sponsored by Pro Parts?
I am in a way, but when you say sponsored, if I've got a problem, like I had a problem with that ride-on mower, I couldn't find the belts for it. They sent me the belts free of charge. They sent me a big box of goodies. That's all I've had. The problem with Pro Parts, of course, is it's an American dealership, So to send stuff over to me is quite expensive. That's why I want to try and get hold of the English manufacturers and producers of stuff. But it's more UK based for what I need. That's the way to do it.
Here in Denmark, there's this legislation that says whatever you receive outside your normal they call it A and B income, right? A income is my day job. B income is whatever I make on the side.
Yeah.
The tax rate is 50%. So when the sales rep dropped off the tools that I just reviewed, they have a value of that would be an equivalent of £500 for the whole set and batteries and stuff. I said, that's nice. So you send me £500 worth of goods. I will also need £500 that you will pay me. I will send you an invoice. I'm not a company, by the way. I can still send an invoice. You'll have to pay me £500 because I have to pay tax of that as well.
Yeah, you said that.
The tax of the stuff you gave me. So for me, it's a big old zero, which is perfectly fine. This is a triumph for me. But they did send it to me. They sent me £500 or equivalent.
No way.
They did.
No kidding.
It's still cheap.
Who are they?
It's Skill. SKIL.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Skill.
Saw company.
I've heard of Skill as well.
Yeah. They have just been bought by a Chinese company, the brand name, and it's all made out in China. The factory that makes the stuff also makes it for a lot of other brand names. Bosch stuff, Hitachi, stuff like that. It doesn't matter.
Wow.
And I did the tools are actually quite nice. I mean, in terms of when you touch a tool, you can feel if it's crap or if it's maybe okay.
You can, quality.
These are solid. I'm not making a sales pitch here. They are solid.
Have you got a
and they are about what 2/3 of the price of Milwaukee. So, I don't know, but they send me the money. I make 3 videos, 1 for each product, and that's the deal. And it's a big old zero for me, except I get to keep the tools.
Yeah,
I don't need the tools, but it's nice they have those.
Did you approach them, or did they approach you randomly?
They approached me.
Yeah, just randomly. Yeah, you just got an email from them. Yeah.
No, the sales rep for Denmark was watching YouTube.
Oh.
And he saw that there was me, and there's actually in Denmark only about 3, maybe 4 persons making small engine videos.
Oh yeah.
And I'm the only one doing it only small engine. The others have other activities like Steve-O, your buddy Steve-O. Yeah, he does tons of nice things, and he actually came up with a great tip the other day. It doesn't matter. And I only do small engine. I don't do all the other stuff.
No.
And I'm actually the only one. I didn't know that. But the guy said we just bought the name. We are promoting it heavily in Northern Europe and in the UK. Would you like to receive this and this? And said, I will. What's the value of it? Oh, the sales value is this. I will need to send you an invoice of that exact same amount, and I will do 3 videos for you. And he said, okay. It's still cheap for him.
It's still cheap advertising. It's still cheap advertising.
Of course. I mean, if you look at Steve-O, you know, he got Walbro in the pocket, right, which is lovely. Well done, Steve-O. But you know, for a company like Walbro to give Steve, you know, a packet of spark plugs, absolutely nothing. So of course, Steve would want a bit more out of that. You know, you want me to promote your product, then give me a range of stuff, you know. But that's the way to do it. These companies, you know, it ain't costing them pittance to manufacture this stuff, you know.
But if Steve is going to promote it, I hope they send money because
he gets a hat, a T-shirt, a sticker.
Well, it's a big company. It's a big carburetor company, massive, isn't it?
It is, but I mean,
they do
look at the exposure they get. I mean, it's not the end user only that's looking at Steve's channel. It's our other mechanics, shop owners.
See, Walbro actually paid me back. Did you see the interview that I did on Market Scale? Walbro paid for that. Walbro paid Market Scale to have me on as a guest. That was all taken care of by Walbro. I have no idea how much that cost Walbro, but they wanted me to do that, and I said okay. So they get me back in other ways, you know, promote them. I promote them, they promote me, you know, back and forth. It's definitely worth it.
Apparently, John Clem is saying that HIPAA got hold of him trying to push their products, and he's just a YouTube viewer.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a little bit like you know, I was watching that and this isn't a dig, but Super Clean. I don't know whether you're aware, but Super Clean recently had a little push in America.
They sure did.
Where they were headhunting.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, but they were headhunting some of the top channels in YouTube to promote their stuff. And as I say, it's not a dig. You know, lots of people did very well out of it, and got a free hat and what have you. But you know, some of the people that they were getting to, you know, run their stuff. I shan't name one of the channels, but one of the channels had 5 subscribers. 5.
Really?
5. You know,
and he got some Super Clean stuff for free.
We got some Super Clean stuff for free, and then I'm not allowed to ship it across the Atlantic Ocean to
what
the
happens
UK.
when big companies run on the budget. Just get it done.
You know, years ago, I got my first, you know, hi, Bruce, we'd like you to sample our product and give us a video, right? And I remember thinking, oh, my channel finally made it. But back then, that was a big deal. It was 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And you know, and my wife and I really discussed it, you know, which way, you know, because it's a direction your channel can take. I don't have any issues with any of it. I don't have a problem if somebody decides to do it. I don't have a problem if somebody decides not to do it. It's just a total personal thing.
Yeah. Well, in the email I got from Hyper, they said we'll give you. Well, originally, I had got back to them, but never actually went forward with what I wanted from them. They said they'd give me 1 carburetor to fit on something myself and a separate one to give away. Well, as a giveaway, a carburetor, someone's got to have that machine. So it just seems stupid. A pack of tools or something, carburetor tools or something. You could give that away, but it was silly just saying they give you 2 carburetors and 1 could be a giveaway because there might not be anybody watch my channel with a lawnmower or whatever. The same as
I mean, they're just canvassing for cheap.
Yeah, I just got my second thing from HIPA, and you know, I gave them a list, and they gave me one thing I did a video on. Now they just sent me another thing, so I'm going to do a video on it.
Yeah. Well, they do the micro screwdrivers for every little tiny little piece of bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, what
carburetor bits?
I've asked them. Oh, sorry, Bruce, go on.
No, it's okay. No, I
I was just going to say what I asked them for is Laura. Well, for work we use HRX 537 lawnmowers, and they've got the GCV 190 engines on them. So they do carburetors for them, and I haven't found them in many places. So I said I wanted 2 of them because I'm going to be working on that because I need one of them so I can trial it. I can put it on my second channel as well. And I put it on my second channel as well. Got the gardening channel as well. And then I said I wanted a kit for an Echo strimmer because I can do that as well. And then I said 2 carb adjusting kits. And now I worked it out, it come up to about £100. So I think it's worth that for them. If they don't want to send me that,
Yep.
If they don't want to send me that, I'm not going to bother.
Ken was just they got a hold of Ken too, right? Ken?
Yeah, I gave her a couple of lists of things and half the stuff they didn't even have. And I even found them on their website or whatever it is. And I asked for a certain amount of things. Oh, it's not in stock right now. I was like, screw you.
Well,
I
got approached by a company a little while ago, and to be fair, it was okay. It was a flashlight company. You know, they supply torches and flashlights and sort of thing. And they said, you know, have a look, see what you think. And I found two. One was a work lamp, which you could hang up. It swiveled. It had a magnet. You know, you do bits and pieces.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
And they've also had a little tiny pen lamp, which was a LED, which goes in the top pocket. Great for just putting in your mouth whilst you're doing something. You know, fantastic, brilliant. So I got in contact. See, I'm happy to do that. You know, and I'll do a video, or whatever. And she come back. She said, "Oh, sorry, we don't have any of those two in stock, but we do have this." And they sent me a link to this torch. It was about 15 foot long. You know, and you know. And I said, what the hell am I going to do with that thing? You know, so it'd be great. It'd be great. She said it would be great in the workshop. I'm thinking you are off your head.
Get into it.
Obviously, she doesn't know what her workshop is.
No, they're sitting at a workstation in Singapore, and they're peddling stuff.
Yeah. I can't put up with
But I mean, it's a funny market, and it's something that, because I've been talking to other Danish YouTubers, and they are struggling a little bit in terms of understanding what are the rules and what can you do, and I think some of them just say, "Oh, it's a nice rattle gun. I'll take it," but it's not about the rattle gun. I mean, you're delivering a product for them. You're advertising. You need to get paid for that.
Yeah,
big, small, it doesn't matter. It's just the number of zeros that's after the amount.
I got a set of those HIPAA baby carburetor adjustment screwdrivers, and I'm sure it's from somebody in this group. I'd love to know who it is. Was it you,
You're
Klaus?
welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
No, I'm kidding.
Bruce, I can't remember.
The weird part about it is that I had just received one that I purchased with my own hard-earned money. And then a second one pops in the mail about a week later.
Right? And I only send out quality gifts, so it can't be me.
Bruce, was it a set of carburetor tuners in a little black case?
Yeah, a little black case with each little screwdriver's in its own separate bag, man.
There you go, buddy.
But anyway, it's really nice. I put one in my road box that I use for my very seldom road moves, road fixes, and then I have one in my main toolbox. So it worked out well. Because those are really nice when you've got that little square D spline to who's it, and you got you need your binocular glasses on and your magnifying glass, 4 lights, and in you go.
Has anyone got a tuner or a link? I came across a carburetor the other week. Now, what was it off of? I think it was off of a blower, and it's possibly Chinese carb. But the actual tuner, it was a round disc, but the round disc had a hole in it, and it was offset. I couldn't find a tuner for that anywhere.
No. It's one of those Chinese ones. They just made their own thing, and
in the end, I got my Dremel. I took the carburetor off, got my Dremel tool, made it into a flathead, and just used a flathead screwdriver.
Cut a slot in it.
I've done that plenty of times.
It's one of those Chinese companies. They read the regulations for the States. Consumer is not supposed to touch high and low screw. Okay, and they cut it out. Nobody touch.
You got to get Keller up to say goodbye.
Yeah. And there's no standard.
Oh, we don't want him up here. I'd only upset him. I'd only upset him. You know what he's like. You know what he's like. He gets all upset when I mention things about his car being stolen. You know what I mean? Do we want to bring that up or not? You know?
Yeah.
It gets a bit touchy. But
honestly, I can see William. You're on in the chat now. William, you were asking very politely the other day on Ken's.
Thanks, William.
If I could do a video in English, there will be a Stihl chainsaw repair coming out in English within a week or two.
Well, I'm not going to watch that. I much prefer your videos in Dutch.
Yeah, right. Next.
Well, Mick, if you just speed them up a little bit, put the volume down, it'll just be like a retro hack style video, won't it?
Yeah.
What I tend to do, I just tend just to watch a video and just slate his workshop in the background. That's what I do.
When you come over and pick up that 2 horsepower engine, Mick, we can do a little Danish English lesson.
Oh, brother, the last thing you want is me coming over to you.
You are welcome any day. You are welcome any day.
Well, it's all about getting about, you know. And at the moment, the UK is not in no fit state to do nothing at the moment. It looks like we're already going backwards before we're going bloody forwards.
I got 3 jabs. I'm not afraid. So
yeah, I've got 3. Apparently, Mix Tool do a tuning screwdriver like that, Mick. Can you find me a link, please, Ryan?
Mittens, yeah, I've heard of them.
Can you find me a link, Ryan, and put a link in the chat or whatever? That'd be good. Or email it to me. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing awesome. I'm glad to be part of your final live stream. What's the deal with that?
It's just I want my channel just to go a different direction, Jim. That's all it is. And live streaming, as you know, it can take up a little bit of your time if you're a bit busy, you know.
Yeah, it will consume
Does everything
you. Yeah.
with all those actors by any chance?
Well, you got the greatest small engine right?
Have anything to do with all those codes you got?
No, it's got nothing to do. I will still be doing my bread and butter videos. That won't change. And yes, you might have ATCO videos for the next 6 months, but but by the end of it, you will know how to take an ATCO apart, strip it down, blindfold, and put it back together like an AK-47. So, no, it's not that, Jim. I'm just looking at trying to. Yeah, my channel needs to go in a different direction for it to move forward. Is what I'm trying to do. And live streaming is cool. You know, live streaming for me is a hangout, a computer generated bar. You know, it's where we come out, have a laugh, and joke, and there's lots of channels like yourself, Jimmy, where you can go and do that. So
I like to call it group therapy.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, but for me, I just need to just go a little different direction. But I'm still going to be. I'm not moving. You know, I'm not changing planets. Despite the fact I wasn't born on this one. You know, I'll still be mooching about and you know, lurking and saying hello and what have you. I'll still be there. I need to just evolve. I think just a slightly different way because. Jimmy, there's lots. I mean, you remember the Small Engine Nation, right? When it was a thing, you know. If you now fast forward 2 years, Jimmy, how many more small engine channels are out there doing what we're doing? And you know, it's everyone seems to be doing the same things.
Let's just say there ain't any of them with 100 viewers watching right now.
Well, the only reason I got 100 viewers is because I supplied a platform for people to come. It's not me, is it? You know, I just supplied a platform for the likes of Steve to find another excuse to get drunk on a Saturday night. It's as simple as that, you know.
Who's getting drunk?
You know what I gotta say, Mick? Last Saturday you didn't go live, right?
Yeah. But because it was Christmas. It was Christmas.
I was sitting there. I was sitting there waiting for all my friends and nothing.
Yeah,
last night.
It was like 15 minutes after you were supposed to start. I'm like, I'm starting to think Mick's not going live today. And I was like, you have any idea how bummed out I was? Like I'm like this is the shittiest Saturday ever. Like now what am I supposed to do?
Let's talk responsibility here.
I did put a message out on my community tab saying sorry I can't be bothered, I'm too pissed, but no one read it.
No one could be bothered.
That's the only valid excuse, so that's okay.
Rick said he's sad to lose a Micks Mowers stream. Is it? You know, you know what? I've been live for 2.5 years. Jimmy, how long have you been live for now, Jimmy?
It's almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years. You know, and Jimmy does a lot of lives. You know, and it can be a lot of work if you're Jimmy. You know what it's like. You know, I started as sort of same as you. When you first start, you know, and you got a panel of like you and somebody else, you know, and it's difficult to get people up on the panel, you know, at times. But
Yeah.
when you start to grow, and you know, people start coming out. When I put the link out, my basement is full before I even move my mouse up to the top, up to the top, you know. But at the same time, you know, I need to just progress it somewhere else. And you know, you have to, if you're going to run a YouTube channel and produce content for people to watch, then you have to make it so that it's not the same old. It has to be. It's got to be different, man. Otherwise, people do just get a bit tired with it.
To get on, you've got to make your channel sort of individual to how you want to do it, haven't you? So if you've got to make tweaks to it along the way, it's what you've got to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And a prime example is my mate there, Premier Lawns. Prime example. When I came across him a couple of years back, and he was just a gardener. That's all he was, just a gardener, or sorry, lawn care expert. And we had a few little text chats and what have you, just see how each other was doing. And he was doing lawns and then trying to bung a YouTube video in now and again. You ask the same question now. He's doing more YouTube videos than he is doing lawns. because his business has had to change. Maybe there's more people in his area doing what he's doing. But now he's actually producing really, really good content on how to manage your lawns rather than just doing a video of someone with a lawnmower just cutting lawns. You know, there's so many videos out there of someone getting a ride on lawnmower and they record a 30-minute video of just them cutting a lawn.
And don't say a word over the top a lot of the time. Only voice it over.
What are you going to do with all your trinkets there? The pens and keychains and bottle openers and all that stuff.
So nothing will change in that respect, Hank, because I'm still going to be doing giveaways, and I'll always try and keep my videos different to everybody else. So there might be a something like during a certain part of the video, I might have a certain object. If you're the first person to email me where the object is, you get a pen. I will think of something to market, something like that. You know what I mean? So there'll always be the same old cheeky Micks Mowers doing the videos. The good thing is, with not doing the live stream, is that you can't argue straight back on the screen. So I've got the upper foot where I can get the dig in straight away, and then I have to wait at least a week for you guys to do a video to get the dig back. Do you know what I mean? So
you've got to chuck a premiere in sometimes, though, so you're chatting along when your video's going.
Definitely, and like I say, Conquer's taken the Saturday night spot off of me. He's well in for that, and Rob's taken the Sunday night. So there might be, Mrs. P might be going out and get her hair done. Nana's indoors. I'm doing nothing. I might say to Conquer in 2 months' time, Conk, can I have this Saturday night, please? And you have it, Mick, and whatever. So we've already discussed that. So. Yeah. As and when, if I want to come back and do another little live, in 2-3 months' time, I might just put it out there, bang, do a live. So, but
I can still, you're going to join in on other guys' streams too.
Yeah. Exactly. And one of these days, you never know, Bruce Pender himself might even go live. You know what I mean?
He might host one.
You know what I mean? Host one.
Hey, Mick, Pate's need the link.
Link. Say again.
Pate's performance. They need the link. They want to come up, say hi.
There you go.
So, Ken, you're awful quiet tonight. What's up?
He's sad.
Ken is sad.
No, that's all right. Just absorbing it, wondering if I should keep doing my streams now that Mick's convincing me.
Okay,
otherwise.
Ken. I tell you what, Ken. You come up next to me, Ken. There you go. You come and sit next to me. Come on, put your arm out. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Kenny.
Please forgive me. I have to have something to eat.
Come on, big boy.
Forgive me, guys. I got to step up here. I'm having something to eat because I still got a little headache.
Lunch.
Hey, I'll back out so there's room for Pate. But I just want to say Happy New Year. It's great being part of this whole crew. And I'll actually try and make more. Peace out.
Okay, see you, Jimmy.
There, Jimmy.
Bye.
Bye, Jimmy. Happy New Year.
Hey, one thing is, if you're ever online, like in the middle of the night, you could always count on Jimmy being live. Seriously.
Oh, yes.
There's the link for Pate's performance. If they want to come up, I'll let Pate's come on up. No worries. It's just the way it goes. You have to change. I mean, if you think about it, think about it seriously. I've been live streaming for 2.5 years. That's a big commitment already in my life to do that. You guys and girls are already committing one to two videos a week. 2 seconds, Rob. Mate, let's let the pates up, buddy. 2 seconds, Rob. And that's already a big thing already. 2 seconds, Conk. I just want to let the pates come up, mate, and I'll bring
come
it
here
back
week
up,
in, week out.
Yeah, that's what my schedule is. Try to do 2 videos, and I do the live on the Friday. It's
Tim, can I put you down, mate, please?
Yeah, drop me down, Mick. Let's conquer that up.
Cheers, buddy.
Bruce, what do you got? Cheerios?
Not problem.
Tim.
I don't want to say it's crafty.
Yo, hey, Jason.
What's happening, guys?
crap.
How are you?
I thought it was going to be Tina.
So I'm a little off. Hold on.
Now I'm so disappointed because it's Jason. I thought it was Tina talking.
Oh, listen. She might not come up. We'll see.
It's much the same as Jason. See, you know, back in the day when Jason used to go live, he used to do a live stream. He'd do a panel, you know, and we'll have a good laugh and a joke. And now Jason's, you know, changed his live stream, so it's just him and the missus, you know. So it's just maybe they decided that, you know, paneling just ain't for them, you know. Maybe it might be a confidence thing. Oh, go on, Jason. You say the reason why.
So, you know, I'm full of transparency. I hold nothing back, and I'll be honest. So, as you guys know, that Henry Mowers is my neighbor, and somebody said something negative about Henry, and it kind of put us in an awkward position. Even though we didn't make a stance and agree or pick a side, you know, it led into a lot of unnecessary drama where our channel was actually under attack. And our channel doesn't want or like that type of drama because you could open up many platforms on social media and you can see all sorts and forms of negativity. So why would you want to open up our channel and continue to see that? Like, we want to be that break. We want to be that divide from that.
Yeah.
So ever since that happened, because we actually lost a few core subscribers and put a friendship in choppy waters that it still is to this day, we just chose not, you know, to have a panel because even though we're all adults and, you know, we all, as content creators, I hate the word YouTube, you know, we're supposed to have thick skin and broad shoulders. Some people don't know how to do that. Some people also don't know how to turn the content creator off and everything must be drama or something for views or for filler for their channel. So we just decided to separate ourselves and not open up ourselves to that ever again, because that is something that, you know, our channel doesn't promote, and that's something that we don't want to, you know, revisit. That's just, you know, how we feel. And if you have any questions, ask. If I mix my words, ask again.
I think you're 100% right. You know, is that one thing I've always installed, Jason? I've known you for a little while. Is that when I run my panels, we have a laugh and we have a joke.
Yes.
But it should never ever get personal, and no one should get upset, and no one should feel like, you know, they're not welcome again, or you know, if someone gets a little bit, you know, over the top because of it, they feel very strongly about a particular subject. You need to make sure that, you know, the virtual pub doesn't turn into a pub fight. You know,
but Mick, people should not take all this stuff out of context. That's the biggest thing.
The problem is, Ken is right. You know, I could send Klaus a text message, right? Not that I've got his phone number, but I could send him a text message, right? He could read that text message 3 ways.
Ooh.
You know,
yeah,
so
I agree.
It's always very, very difficult, you know, to when someone, and I've had it, you know, we've all seen it, you know, go up and people have been banned for a couple of weeks because they feel very strongly about a certain subject, you know. So
I always say that when you send somebody a text message, you have to be very careful because they can't hear your tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
Your tone of voice, whether you're joking around and laughing, your text message can, just what you said, they can take 3 different ways.
That's what emojis are for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but,
true. That is actually true. Yes.
Yeah.
But when you're talking with a panel of 10 people, and up here, you know, we've got some really strong personalities and some not quite so strong, you know. And some people can get really. I could say one thing, and one person you wouldn't see him for the next 6 months. He'd be like, "Stuff you, Mick. I'm going." You know what I mean? So you've got to be so careful, you know. And the truth of it is, the real truth of it is that when you're on a panel, all we're seeing is you, and you have no idea what's going on in the next room. You have no idea what goes on in the background, you know. And sometimes they come up here just to get away from that, or as a bit of a release. And if you've got someone come up here shouting the odds and thinking they're Johnny Knoxville, then you know it doesn't always work like that, you know. So you have to be very careful. But the good thing is there are streams that run like that if you want it, you know. And that's one thing I've always said. If you want to misbehave, I want to shout and scream and do all that sort of stuff, then go and play over there, you know. But
let's talk about that. And where are those channels now? Nowhere.
Well, if you're like me, Jason, and I know that me and Luke have been chatting of late about certain other channels around us, not within our catchment of community, but no, you're right. You know, some channels have done absolutely nothing, you know, in regards to growth.
It's worse.
Which is potentially what we're all here for. We're here to have fun, grow your channel, you know, try and get to your 1,000 subscribers if you can. And maybe try and earn a few quid on the way, which would be great, you know. But yeah, there are channels that just want to sit back, chill, and slate people and create the drama. And I used to belong to a channel years ago. I used to visit there regular over in America, and it became you know what, you know who it is. I ain't got to tell them, but it went to Drama City, and people were only watching it for the drama.
And then you want to go on top of that, he was saying, whatever persona you want to put online on YouTube, you know, especially us, we had to do a live stream. We came under like a week's worth of like bashful comments. And I'm like, yo, hey, I have a full-time job and some. My wife has a full-time job and some. You guys have to give us time to respond. You know, we're not, you know, we don't do this full-time. We have outside professional careers.
Yeah.
So then I started, then other people were making comments, says, listen, I hope whatever life you presume, you know, put out there for YouTube or everybody to see, I hope it's as good as is when you turn the camera off. You know what I mean? Because things aren't adding up, you know? And what happened to that YouTube channel, to what we've seen in the past and what happened now, a complete sham, a complete lie. And sometimes I want to say something, and she holds me back, and Steve knows that.
I 110% agree with that. Now, as we all know, I went up to go and see Retro Restore, Mr. Martin Butler, just not so long ago, and I went up there when times were really, really hard for them, and I mean really hard, you know, and they still put on that same welcome. It's not an act. Welcoming experience where what you see in front camera is actually what you see behind the scenes, you know, and that family are blessed to have each other, you know, and for me to spend a bit of time with them in their hour of need, so to speak, is very heartwarming. But I truly believe there are other channels when you go and visit someone, maybe you think, do you know what, you are just one big sideshow, you know, and people come to me. Conker's come to me before, and he has said you are exactly the same on camera, or if not behind it, you're the same person, you know, and that's what it's about. I don't pretend to be fake. I don't pretend to be a professional. I am just Mick, and the difference is that you know me as my YouTube channel, and there's some of you have met me in person and know my personal life. You know, my personal life is 110% different to my YouTube life. You know what I mean? So it is always difficult, but I don't want the drama in my life. I don't need it, but that's not why I'm stopping doing what I'm doing. So that's not the reason.
No, we're all in different places and around the world, and we're all in different places in life. But a lot of the people here, we all have the same goals, in the sense of sharing our journey in one way or another. And I feel we're all empowering people for the first time to try and take on and do something and do it themselves. And that's like a confidence booster. So when this person finds your channel for the first time and you empower them and give them a happy moment, next time they go back and you're this riffraff, this, you know, it's like a different, you know, mood swing. And that's just how we are, and we won't promote that. Sometimes I'll admit.
Who just walked in?
Uh-oh.
There's the boss.
There's the boss.
Oh no!
We're talking about having a positive channel. And
I thought there was no women allowed on this channel.
Oh, that's what I said.
What does the note say?
That was no lady. That was my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
James from Hayes Machinery. Now, James gave me a lot of stick back in the day, and we met each other this year at Filtex. And I think James, he wasn't nervous about meeting me, but he thought, you know what, I have been giving Mick quite a bit of stick during the past 6-7 months, so I am expecting a little something back during the weekend. And he got more than his fair share. In fact, he had to empty his wallet out and buy me beer all night, which is fantastic. But James is right. You know, Mick is real in real life. It's as simple as that. I am what I am. You know, but for me, these live streams, it's not going to progress my channel anymore in the direction I want it to go in. It's a nice to do. You know, as I say, when Steve goes live, I'm sure behind the scenes you have to sort of validate it, Steve. There must be a marketing value for you to do it also. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. It's as simple as that, you know. If you just went live just to sit back and chill, you would like to see a certain amount of numbers in your stream, you know, and that sort of thing, wouldn't you? Otherwise, if you know, I know someone went live a little while ago. I can't think who it was. I think it was our friend Luke. I think it was our friend. He went live, and he was actually put out that he's got over a certain amount of subscribers. Only got like 10 in the house.
Yeah,
you know, and you know, that happens if you don't market your channel correctly, and you don't sort of push it right, and you know, and all that sort of. Then you're never ever gonna progress it. You have to have all those things: a good live stream, good content, good family background. You got to be funny. You got to be professional. You got to have all those things going on. Once you have got all those things in the bucket together, then it starts to work. Like for Luke, having Luke and Laura. That works. Having Jason and Chrissy, that works. You know, I'm telling you, it does because it shows the family aspect. Now, the other week, Christmas live stream, I had Bruce and Mrs. P. First time ever on a live stream. I actually had Mrs. P come up on my channel. You know, it shows that you start seeing a little bit of Steve and April. You know. You have to be careful, of course, at the time because you're bringing your partner into a virtual world where perhaps they could be open to interpretation or whatever. You know, you have to be a bit careful there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people don't just want to see you cleaning a carburetor; they want to get into your personal life. So you have to give a little bit, hold a little bit back. You know, you can't give them everything because otherwise it becomes personal, and when it becomes personal, that's when you're going to fall out.
Well, that's what Martin does, isn't it? He's sort of got. You don't really see Sharon much on the Retro Restore like you do on the other one, do you? They sort of mix it up, don't they? They mix it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't put Mrs. P on the video for her to be ridiculed. I mean, I've had people comment, you know, Mick, any chance you can get Mrs. P to fire up all your vintage lawnmowers in her bikini? Are you off your head?
Yeah. Well, April's into it.
Well, yeah. Do you know what? That'd be
no. This was mixed bikini, not her bikini.
That would be a video.
I guess April is not in the room right now.
No.
But you see, Jason went the complete opposite way, and instead of Chrissy being in a bikini, Jason was in his hot pants with a pressure washer. Absolutely blew it out the water.
Wait, you know? It's gonna get worse. There's a video coming out, and she's afraid. She's like, YouTube's gonna take it down. I'm like, well, we'll risk it for the biscuit, and we'll see what happens. If you think that me and my bikini was lewd, I got something else coming for you guys. Oh my god!
Is it gonna be in the snow?
Kind of, sorta, not.
Well, that's shrinkage. You got to worry about shrinkage.
What's going to be interesting is that it's actually a subscriber / customer's machine that's involved in this lewd act,
and they're probably never going to want to run it again.
It's all about making your channel stand out from everybody else. You know.
Hey, honey, we just lost 400 subscribers this week.
Yeah. But for me, there's so many channels doing repair videos in a shed, in a shack, you know, or whatever. There's so many of us doing that, which is great. It's all for me. It's good content. I like that, you know. But I want to be a bit different, you know. I just want to change it up a little tiny bit, you know. And I think my channel is unique in its own little way, and you have to make it unique. Otherwise, like you said, Jason, with regards to your good friend Henry, you know, something happened. And you know that could have perhaps potentially turned your relationship a little bit sour had you been caught out and banked your bet the other way. You know, it's not right. You know, and you have to sort of find that even balance. You know.
Well, it is a balance because when I make a video, I'm thinking of the 1,100 subscribers that are going to watch it that day.
Yep.
And I'm also thinking, is this old video going to be giving me some views in a year or 2 or 3 or whatever, right? So you have that fine line to walk, and it's you know, everybody has that different spot. Am I kind of describing it right?
No, but I mean we all have our act to play, right? If you look at me, I come up on Micks channel every Saturday if he's on, and I mean I don't contribute with anything other than the time I spend here. I don't prepare anything. I just show up. I set the time aside. That's the only thing of value I bring to this, hopefully. But everybody else has been done all the hard work. Mick has been done all the planning. And I started this stream by saying I have respect for Mick's decision. And respect meaning that it's uncertainty. And uncertainty is something no one likes. But doing what Mick is doing, I hate not being able to sit here with you guys next Saturday. But I have respect for the decision.
I know it's going to suck.
Yeah, it's going to suck big time. But I still have respect for that Mick is trying to change whatever it is he does and wants to do in another direction.
But don't there. We got Conquer coming up next week.
Exactly that.
I was going to say, guys, I'm sat here very, very quietly.
You have.
Yeah, that's a new one.
We got a place to stay.
Next night, and I'm not gonna get involved trying to promote anything. Tonight is all about Mick. I do hope, I really do hope that a few of the regulars come along and have a chat with me. Exactly the same. I do hope, and I understand 1 or 2 people might not want to. Fair dues. I have no problem with that. But really, guys, tonight is all about Mick. I'm sat here quiet. I will say, anything I've been able to do, everything I've learned, has been down to that man. He's a great friend of me and my wife, and I like to think that we are friends outside of YouTube. Yeah, he's a good man, a very, very good man.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I think there'll be less. I think there'll be less new small engine channels coming up because I think watching this stream has probably encouraged people and knowing Mick and watching his videos encouraged people to start it. There'll be less channels getting over that 1,000 because Mick he got both my channels over 1,000. Both my channels, one a couple of years ago and one a few months ago, and many others, haven't you? On your stream, many others have passed 1,000 while you've been live.
Well,
you didn't help me squat. I mean,
that's because you speak in a completely different language, mate. That's all that is. One thing I think I have taken from everything, you know, and what people have said about what this stream has done, and it's not just me, is that we have been able to bridge the gap across the Atlantic Ocean and across other continents, where we can bring the small engine community back together. And for what we now have, we have 10 up on the panel, of course, but we have over 106 up to 120 in the house. We are able now to use the power of social media just to throw a text "Happy Christmas" to the Pates or "Hello, Bruce, how you doing?" And we're able to do that. And then that leads on to friendships blossoming, you know, and you know, me and Ken have been friends for a little while now, and he's a very dear friend of mine. And every now and again, I'll throw Ken a video chat, you know, at 6:30 in the morning his time, you know, just to say hello and just to see him half naked, you know. It's what we do within the
I know what he
likes. Yeah, exactly, you know. But without this. without this live stream that was created, 2.5 years ago, we probably half of us probably wouldn't even talk. I mean, who would have thought I would have been 2 years ago sat next to Bruce Pender himself on a flipping live stream? Bruce never ever did any lives at all. You never see him whatsoever. And with a little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, we managed to get him to come up. And now he's a Saturday night regular. He sits here lunchtime. And chills out. And
I even sent out some stickers, for God's sakes.
Yeah, for crying out loud.
The question I have to ask is, Bruce, and it's a personal question. The question I have to ask is, has that done any good for you, being on a live stream, chatting to other people within the small engine community, or would you have been better off just doing what you're doing in your workshop and not communicating?
I got friends that I never had before, and it's really strange. I've got all of these wonderful friends I've never met.
Thank you, James.
Mick, in terms of channel wise, for me, you're absolutely, because it doesn't help my channel at all. But being personally, for me, Klaus, you guys, it has been an absolutely fantastic thing.
It helped me. Oh, go on. Sorry, I was going to say. Oh, sorry, I'll back in. Go on.
Go ahead, Luke.
I was just going to say, help me tonight. I've got 8 more subs since this began.
To be fair, Luke, they're all my fake accounts, but I'll take them away later on. Not a problem.
But I mean, I have here 8, 10 people that are talking. Oh, 11. There's a girl in here. Okay. That talks the same language as I do.
Mm-hmm.
That can throw things back at me. I can throw back, and it has been an absolutely pleasure and joy personally for my channel. Who cares?
Right.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for me.
And you've got to remember is that we've gone through nearly 3 years of COVID, right? And we've all suffered loss, hurt, pain. I myself lost 4 members of my family in six freaking months. And without you guys, I had nowhere to talk, nowhere to grieve, really. Because you couldn't even go to a funeral. I know that Bruce, you've had hard times, and we spoke personally about that. And Kenny boy, of course, you've had your challenges in life, which you celebrate. And as for you, Chrissy, as well, we've also had times where we've laughed and where we've cried, and I hope that never changes. And when I do shut the final curtain on the regular Saturday night show, and Conker reopens with whatever debacle he decides to throw into the mix, I just hope that you fundamentally, no matter what stream you're on and who you're talking to, just be mindful of what's going on in the background. Be polite, be funny, but most of all, just try and respect each other for who and what each individual is, because otherwise, it's all for nothing, and we all might as well just not bother.
And let me just say, when I've been on here for a lot of time, and I'm glad that you consider me a regular and friend and all that, because I think we do have a great friendship. It's just that when I came on here, at first it was like, okay, get some exposure, all that. But then the friendships happened, and just a few things that have happened over the years. Conker helped me get a part for a saw to help out a fire department that did rescues. We couldn't get the part in America. Conker got it from UK over to here. When the Martins were going through their thing, we all banded together as a family and got them through it financially, whatever we could. And just like that, we and Henry and I knew that it would make Chrissy's day to go down there and spend her birthday. I mean, this is the stuff that doesn't just happen. It's because of channels like this.
Well, when you start your YouTube channel, you had no idea it's going to lead down this road. Holy H-E double hocks. I remember when we first met Mick was joking around that him and Pete Froud were going to jump on a plane and come visit us, and she took it serious. She said, "Oh my God, you got this." I said, "I think they're joking."
I would be all for it.
Well, you know what I like about this whole thing is you can kind of give somebody a little bit of a dig, but it's actually a compliment.
Yeah.
Like Phil finally got that piston into his freaking steel chainsaw.
Yeah.
Now he's got time to do some videos.
And for me, having Conker coming down to my shack, asking for help. I a big laugh and a joke about it. And but seriously, behind the camera, we got down and dirty. We got it sorted. And me and Phil, I've been to his house, and we shared lunch, and we laughed, and we have laughed till it really hurts, And that's what it's about. If you can, at a time like we're in now, where times are. Cheers for Ash, much appreciated, buddy boy. At times like this now, where we're all suffering a little tiny bit, where we can't quite reach out to people where we normally would do. If you can come to a Saturday night virtual gathering and just put your feet up and enjoy each other's company from all over the world, that's what it's about.
It's cool,
It's not about just getting 10 subscribers for your channel, and it's not all that stuff. You've got to do yourself. We can help each other out, but you've got to put the hard work in. If you don't put the hard work in, your channel's for nothing. You've got to do that content, and you've got to network and
you gotta do the content. And it's your own content, right? You don't have to have a channel like Luke's or Micks or Ken's or whatever. It's a big joke that I spill gas and my camera's pointed down at the concrete. Well, it really doesn't happen that often anymore, but it's still a big joke, right? And that's the fun part. That's the good part.
Have you read that? If I can just do one thing, that's what it's about.
Exactly.
That's it.
Perfect.
People are on hard times. I never forget a gentleman. He messaged me. He was in his 70s. I think I've told you before. Up in Scotland, in his 70s, with COVID, surrounding, doing nothing. Mental health at an all-time low. And by watching my videos and others, he was able to purchase a few little lawnmowers. He wasn't selling them. Going into his little tiny shed with what tools he has got, and fully restore and get these machines up and running and give him something to do. And then on a Saturday night, this 75-year-old man was actually logging onto his PC and watching the Micks Mowers show with a pint of ale and having a laugh and a joke with us. And he's probably sat in his house on his own. And if you can just raise the mood slightly, then you're on a winner all day long.
Mick, I had a guy at work, Mick, come up to me who he had just started working at our place maybe a month ago, and he looked at me and he's like, "You're him. You're him." Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. He hadn't seen my channel. But then when I was talking to you one day, he just happened to walk by, and you and I were on like a FaceTime. He goes, "You know him?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but that's Mick." Yeah. He goes, "You know me?" Yeah, just like any other person.
I get the same when I'm FaceTiming Steve. People are like, "Wow, is that Mick?" Yeah, that's Mick. Yeah, that's Mick.
Like the YouTube
see Shane there. Look, Shane says I done a live chat for an hour and no one came in. Well, Shane, you have to just sit there and be a little bit patient. I can remember my first couple of live streams. I had 2 or 3 for about 5 hours. It takes a bit of time to build it, but when you start to build the content and build your audience, people will start to come, and before you know it, you hit your live button like Steve. If Steve puts a live out, I'll be live in 30 minutes, and on Steve's channel, there's 500 people just waiting for that man to go into his workshop.
But honestly, Mick, what the hell is Steve doing here? He is way out of our league.
He's hiding. He's hiding here. He's hiding out the work.
Yeah. But I mean, it just goes to show that this is more of just content, viewers, subscribers. This is about having fun.
Tina, I see those stickers, and you know what? I'm your number one. What does it say again? Number one fan, Steve?
Steve's number one fan.
Okay, so guess what? Tina, I am your number one stalker.
Now they're together.
Put him in the basement. Pasties. Put him in the basement and get a big bucket of cold water out.
I'll tell you one thing.
There's room for God's sake.
Steve found me on Instagram.
Hey, Tina, don't look out the window.
He gets her phone number, and then he deletes his Instagram channel.
I got it back now. Hey, Tina, don't look out your window. Whatever you do, don't look out that window. You'll see me right there.
Well, another thing I got to say is...
Go ahead.
You got to have the gift of gab too. It's like Ken. He has the knowledge to produce the answers for anybody that has a question. Mick has the gift of gab to be able to do funny things and things that matter.
Henry, are you saying he doesn't have the knowledge though? Just the gift
Yeah.
of gab?
No.
Good one.
The channels have their own different ways.
Henry,
like
stop
with
while you're
you.
behind. Henry, stop.
So fundamentally, we all know Ken is Mr. Encyclopedia. We all know that.
Right.
And
Mr. Know-it-all.
And I've been to Ken for help. I've been to Ken for help, and I can't figure something out, and we've conversed. I have never once proclaimed to be a professional in any way, shape, or form. I just do what I do to the best of my ability, and I record it. That's as simple as that,
Yep.
But the advantage is that I am just as intelligent as Ken professionally. All I got to do is just ring him up. It's that simple.
And Ken is the warmest.
Just stop doing it at 3 a.m. naked. That's
I understand that, but
It hurts.
It goes both ways in every direction, doesn't it? If one of us has an issue with a part or with a machine and we can't quite figure it out, guess what happens? We come onto a live stream, we fire a question out, and before you know it, you've got 5 people giving you advice. You go away the next day, you try those 5 things, and one of those 5 things works. Then we're all intelligent. It's as simple as
But
that.
look, we're all laughing, enjoying, and that's part of life, that makes you feel good.
Of course. You know what, Hank? So someone of your age, Hank. It's no, I'm not being rude. Someone of your age, it's absolutely a blessing to have somebody of your age with your experience and intelligence up on a panel. How many other gentlemen who are within their prime are not even able to they can strip a head down, they can skim a head, they can reseat valves, but they can't turn a laptop on. So all of those life skills you're losing because we don't have more people like Hank and like Brucey Boy and like Conker up, and not so much Conker, but like that.
See, again, we laugh,
Exactly, but you have to surround yourself. It's much like the railway. My head honcho, he's not a railwayman. He hasn't even been on the railway. He's an accountant, but he doesn't have to know anything about the railway. He needs to save money because he has surrounded himself with professionals and engineers within his offices. So if he's got a problem with a signal that keeps going wonky, he'll go to that man. He'll get the information, get that sorted for me. He ain't got to know it. He just got to point the finger. And this is why now we have a multitude. We have main dealers who are now accessible. All you now have to do is now email Hayes Machinery for brand new equipment. If you've got a technical question and you can't find it on the internet, go have a chat with Ken. He'll fire you the link in 3 seconds flat. He knows where that bloody link is. If you've got a question about snow blowers, go and see Jason. Go and see Bruce. You want a vintage motorbike? Go and get hold of Luke. So we have an encyclopedia of professionals within our community, and this is what I'm talking about. By bridging the gap of the Atlantic Ocean and over to Australia and even over to Denmark, by bridging these gaps, we are all intelligent people because we have now a friendship of which we can now resource off of other people to get your machine or your problem solved. It's as simple as that, and that's what the small engine community is all about.
Oh no. Go, Tina. Go.
Oh, thanks, love. I think just to bridge off of what you were saying too, as far as even using this community as a resource, the one thing I know Pate's performance is always talking about, and I can see it here even on this live right now. For so many of us, you talk about like what goes on behind the scenes, Mick. Many of us don't have that family system outside of here. And for so many of us, you talk about like you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And I can speak, freely for myself at least. So much of this community has been here since we started. And not only have been friends now, but have become almost like a family system. I can speak for myself. I mean, I have almost no existing family anymore. And so many members in this community have become like family. We've even broadcasted some of it from my birthday, even, from Kenny and Henry coming down and
everybody else.
they've gone through things with us in the last couple of years that you just never imagine people in this extreme would ever go through with you. And it's just amazing, something that we never thought would go to this level, that people could take a friendship and to almost be like that member of your family that you never thought could exist. So, it's just amazing how, I had mentioned on our video for my birthday, there's that song, For the Better. And so, Mick, whether it's your live or other lives here or the videos Bruce puts out or Kenny or any of you, I think I speak for both of us when I say we're so grateful for all of you, especially you, Mick. We're grateful for the friendships, the family-like relationships, because the laughs, because
personal videos, wearing a wig.
I think we're just better people for just knowing all of you. So I think we're better YouTubers, we're better people, and we're just better to one another just for being in each other's lives. So thank you for letting us be a part of what you have and this community. And I just never thought I never thought I would allow myself to become this invested in it.
Yeah, I 100%.
Well said.
I back that up.
It was like that's something that you didn't know you needed, but you needed. So
yeah,
right.
I've got to agree. That there are certain people within the panel right now that I have personally connected with for different reasons. And I'm not even going to get into it, okay? Because that's for me and them, and yeah, you're pretty sure one of them. It goes way beyond YouTube, way beyond. And when you say about family, Chrissy, I understand what you're saying fully, and I know where that's coming from. Okay, so I get that.
For friendship.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So there can be at times. I remember when the Pates gave me $100. And I was off the screen. I was gone. That was me. I was in bits. I was finished. Okay, because it came from one family to another in our time of need for my son's charity. It goes so far. And the people in the chat that come in just for a muck around, just for a laugh, just for a joke, that's great. But when you send someone an email, I woke up not long ago with an email on my phone, and it was tragic news, and this individual I emailed straight back. I took the time out of my day and got straight on the phone, emailed straight back, because I have that connection with them, and that goes beyond any video, any live stream, any personal, any banter. It goes way beyond all of that. This person just wanted to take the time out of their day in their bad time just to say, hey, just thought I'd let you know. And that friendship, when you say, yeah, okay, I hear you, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do, but I'm here if you need me. That's what makes the small engine community go that extra step into the personal life, and that's where it can become a little bit dodgy, because you then become closer. But if you keep doing what you're doing and keep being respectful and never ever look down on someone unless you're picking them up, if you keep doing that, then this community will only ever thrive, whether it be on my last stream, Conker's first stream, Steve Small Engines streams, or even the Christmas specials. As long as you are courteous and just remember, there's always something going on in the background that you may not know about. So just pull your reins back before you give too many digs, because one word can make a day or can break a day. It's as simple as that, So you need to be just a bit careful. But, for me, 2.5 years, Ridgeway Mowers, £10. Cheers, buddy boy. Much appreciated, buddy. For me, 2.5 years of live streaming I've done. And it can be tiring at times, sitting down here all lonely in my shack with my radiator in between my legs on a seat that's not very comfortable. I'm absolutely busting my neck for a wee. But it's absolutely lovely to share so many life stories with people. There's certain things I didn't even know about Conker, which made me jump the first day I ever met him. It absolutely took me back, and it's not until you actually meet these people in the flesh, or actually have a first face-to-face conversation with someone, even over the phone, it's me that's blessed. It's me that's absolutely blessed to even been a part of any of your guys' lives. And all I have done all I've done is I've turned the computer on, I've hit the live button, and you lot have come. You lot have come with your problems, with your solutions, with your happy moments, with your sad moments, and it's made my channel without a doubt. It's made this the place to be on a Saturday night, to come and have a laugh and a joke and to be heard. But you have to just remember when you're doing your own videos and your own live streams, just do the same. Just be courteous and just love each other and just be thoughtful, because you never know when you might be on someone's panel and you might want to ask for a bit of help, and hopefully someone will help you up, because that's the way the world spins. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I have been baffling on now for a little while. The final curtain has 20 minutes gone already, and I knew it would do on my last stream.
Yeah.
Please remember that my good friend Top Conker will be live on Saturday nights as of now, so make sure you are subscribed to Top Conker. I cannot guarantee what time that will be. I cannot even guarantee if it would be on the same day. No doubt I should get a few phone calls at some point just to say, Mick, how do I turn my computer on? But that's what it's about. And then don't forget also, Rob Small Engines is also taking Conker's spot on the Sunday night as well.
And that will be tomorrow, Mick. That will be tomorrow. Rob starts tomorrow.
So Rob is going live tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions for me or just wants to get in contact, the best way to do that is via my Instagram account. And you can send me, you do a FaceTime on there. You can send me a message on there, photograph, that sort of, that's where I'll be most active. And for everyone else who has got hold of me in other means and ways, that way will never, ever end. Send me the emails you want, and we'll always converse. So all I will say is look after yourselves, be safe, and hopefully we'll all meet again on another panel, probably tomorrow night. And we'll all have a laugh and a joke and go from there. One other thing is my Christmas live streams, they will still be going ahead. We did have a little chat with the guys and girls after lock-in, when all you lot left last Christmas. We had about a 20-minute, half-hour lock-in down below with Steve and the boys and what have you. And we had a scream down there. The Christmas one is still going ahead. I shall be working on that throughout the year to try and bring that to you. I will be going live at some point in the future when I feel like it. But apart from that, I'd like to thank you all for spending your time with me and sharing your lives with me, because it gives me a warm feeling inside. When you do good, it feels good, So thank you very much for that. And I'll catch it all on another stream another day. So look after yourself.
Everybody in the chat.
Yep.
Everybody.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Mick.
Yeah, thanks, mate.